Billy, where are you?
Billy.
Oh, hey,
Join us.
Can we kick my headphones down a notch?
No,
Just on the volume feedback to myself? There you go.
Oh, same.
I don't
It's
know
just,
which one
yeah,
you are.
it's real loud.
He is, I believe this is him right here.
This is Chris.
Hello.
Dude,
That's me. That's me.
Is that good?
Do the same for me.
Yeah, that's great. That's perfect.
Do the same for me.
You're on 4, I presume?
I'm probably.
John might be 4.
I would give it a shot.
Did you say I presume?
Mm-hmm.
Presumably.
Watson, I presume. Oh,
To be fair.
sexy. Sounding good. All right. I think
be
everything
fair.
everything looks good, sounds
To be
good.
fair.
We got the thumbs up, baby. We got the thumbs up.
I think everybody's
Outside
pretty loud in the
jokes.
headphones.
I like the soft intro. I like how we just I mean, we've been live for about
Oh, yeah?
45 seconds, but we're just
Cool.
so chill and just going through everything. It's like, this is good. This is good. What's up, everybody? Good to see you.
Oh, hi.
They get to see a lot of the behind the scenes. You guys
boy,
know that.
beautiful.
Anytime we try new stuff, we usually do it live.
See, and we break fourth wall all the time, so it's fine on our show.
It's super cool, man. It's kind
I
of
might
important.
do it
So,
here.
hello, everybody. I hope so.
Okay.
I think you already
on
have.
your own show.
Have you?
I'm gonna
Is that a fifth
break
wall?
down the eighth wall for your viewer listeners.
This is gonna get messy.
Here we go.
Number. Well, welcome.
never done that many walls
It's
before.
it's Monday. Is it Monday? It's Monday. It's Monday. I'm
Monday.
Billy Floyd, and that is
The Commodore.
That's right, baby. We're the KitchenKillaz from Orlando, Florida,
Yeah.
and tonight we have a special surprise in the form of lemonade, which is delicious. That's about it. That's pretty much what we got going on here.
That's Publix lemonade.
I will
For
say,
those of you who know Publix, they have
shopping is
great
a pleasure.
lemonade, and it's a pleasure to shop there.
They have great stuff. It really is kind of cool because a lot of our hosts that we have at Kitchens, they, like this past Friday, it was all Publix shopping.
Because they understand awesome grocery stores.
Yeah, excellent quality, excellent
Yeah.
consistency.
Well,
Publix.
What blows me away more than anything, because
Love it.
a lot of people have great customer service. Not a lot of people have wide aisles, but the carts.
I was about to say, I
carts.
think I know where you're going
Are
with
you
this,
serious?
and
Like,
I
it's
agree
the only
wholeheartedly,
place
sir.
I've ever been to that there's never any problem with any of the carts, and they're big, heavy
And
metal.
you know what I
carts.
never see? I never see anybody working on a cart ever.
No.
That means it either they have a pit crew on the
Yeah.
side of a Publix, or it gets all done while they're closed, or they're magic fairy carts.
That's
Or
anywhere.
They have. I mean, dude.
Have you been? What grocery
Ever.
stores are you shopping
Ever.
at where you see a pit crew?
I mean, how awesome!
And are they going for like speed records?
Yeah,
Like,
but their carts usually
Is there a
suck.
guy with a
Publix
bug
don't.
washer?
Like Publix are awesome. I think the other ones don't have pit crews because they're just trash carts anyway.
Yeah,
Nobody takes care
they
of
don't
them.
do any-
But Publix
any
are just
fixing.
phenomenal, and it's like, who is doing this magicness?
they're at the top of their game on
happening.
everything.
I've
I'm
never-
on board. I'm on board with your Publix.
I saw a meme
I
the
love
other
it.
day that said nobody asks what kind of cake it is. They ask if it's a Publix cake, and I'm like,
Yep.
true.
also
True.
works
Very
for
true.
subs.
Because yeah. See, they have the sandwich business.
Yeah.
And I would say they're a competitor for some pretty good sandwich shops we have around here.
Oh, they
Publix
are.
has got some great stuff, man. Good quality stuff. Go with the ultimate. Listen, spend the extra. Go with the Boar's Head.
Boar's Head.
Go
It's
with the
literally like
ultimate.
Second.
$1.50 more. It is easily worth it to
Worth it.
up your
Does it
total
taste
experience.
better though?
It does.
Yes.
I think
I
even
don't-
if they
oh,
don't
yeah.
put it
Notice
on
the
there, but you
difference.
think you
The
bought the Boar's
quality-
Head in your head,
Isn't that okay,
placebo
too?
effect makes it better.
Isn't that okay too?
That's right.
It's even
If
better.
my head thinks it's better, it's
I'll
better.
I'll pay $1.50
It's
for
my
that.
own perception, right? It's all your own perception.
Perception is reality. 100%.
What do you think about this Aquafina we're drinking? Garbage hose water. But I mean,
He
no
had-
offense,
It's
Aquafina.
presented
I
well.
would say the Commodore had garbage hose water yesterday, and I think he forgot that he put garbage hose water in there until he took a drink of it, and he was like, what is that? I witnessed him taking the drink and
Right.
his reaction, and I was like,
And
what
he's
did you
like,
just
I will never drink
bro?
said brand ever again.
No, I had an Aquafina bottle, and I was done with it, and we were at a venue outdoors.
Okay.
And the only place to fill up my water bottle was a water
Oh,
fountain.
so literal
So
hose
I-
water.
Oh, yeah.
he
Oh, wow.
refilled
It was
yeah.
from a water fountain. I'm sure it wasn't hose water.
Listen, that's definitely hose water.
that's what it tasted
might be
like.
worse.
That's what
Yeah.
it
Might
tasted
be
like.
worse.
That's probably recycled park water.
It's like hot metal.
I'm just saying they're trying to protect
man.
the environment.
I was about to have a heat stroke yesterday, so
I think all of us were.
I had probably 8 of those. 8 of those.
Yeah.
Of
It's a good
hose,
idea.
of
In
Flint
the-
hose water?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
You should see a doctor.
Before we go any further, and because we just tangent on tangent, this
Dang.
is John Hannan and Chris Coleman from Funny to Informing.
Hey,
An
guys.
absolutely incredible presentation. I don't even want to say, and this is not to offend a podcast, but you guys are more than a podcast. And I think a lot of shows that are out right now, they kind of break that mold. They're stepping out of the traditional podcast form. Where and it's
Saturated.
it's kind of growing into the way that we're able to interact with a specific audience at a specific time, especially in real time, and which is totally
Yeah.
cool. We were just talking about the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th walls. So it's cool to see you guys evolve. And how long have you had Funny to Inform Me? We were on 85, 86.
Yeah, you guys were on like 30 episodes
and you're
ago.
on 100 and
100 and almost 15.
13,
Man,
14.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I kind of think, and clearly we can, but I was actually kind of thinking, because I saw the other day somebody else that had a podcast put the number. They were like, "This is episode 27," and I was like, "I have no idea what episode we're on. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I have no idea."
And
I'm like,
it's-
should we have kept count because it's cool to have the number like
Kind
there
of, I
so
like
people
that.
see like
I do
they
like
get
that, but also that number is so way off from all the because we don't count our
it. You guys
bonus
just roll
shows.
dice. You're like, "There's a 3."
And
roll
now
another one. There's a 1.
Yeah.
No,
It's
there
episode 31.
There is some.
31.
Last time was 31. This time, let's go backwards. 27. That was us when we said 27. That was our show. You guys, you had no idea which way you were going when you came on for 85.
We
awesome.
have bonuses though that we don't have numbered or like
Sure.
special featured
you
ones.
just don't know.
Interview
You don't
shows
know.
and stuff that we
So,
just don't put
so the
numbers
numbers
on.
really don't do any good.
No,
That's
because it's
kind
more
of-
than.
The number is like our
for
core
me,
show.
For me, it does because I don't know these things. So when I look at it and it says episode 87, to me, that's
It's
some
a good
duration.
reference.
That's
Yeah.
duration for people that don't know anything about you. If I see Funny to Informing episode whatever number 137, I'm like, damn, these guys have put down 137 episodes, and you know that every single show, in some way, they've evolved and gotten better. 137 times. So if I see that and I don't know your story behind the 137, right away, just my logical mind, I look at it and I go, these guys are the real deal. They're passionate.
I think the same thing.
They're
And then
not
you listen
stopping
to it and you go, they haven't gotten. This
Then
is
you're
the
like-
best they've gotten
then you're like,
after
I
137
think
times.
I
That's what
think
they got.
two guys from the road walked in and killed John and Chris and stole the microphones and are wearing their headphones. And these guys are actually more entertaining.
And put in
Thank
some
you.
good work. Yeah,
These
I
guys
think
are
that's,
actually really good.
that seems to be the
I
case. I
studied
swear.
their work for years.
It was
so
like
that I could be better than
yeah,
them.
because I mean, this year it's like we had our first live event, and we had a great turnout for that.
Been an
And,
awesome year.
Yeah, like getting approved for iHeartRadio kind of recently was.
we listen. We're trying to bury that lead right there. I wasn't ready to talk about that, but
Oh.
you brought it up.
Look, John's
Let's
like,
do it.
let me
dude.
pat our own backs
Let's-
for you.
I love it. I love it. At least he's patting the backs. He
fine.
could fill
We'll
those
take it.
words with
I'll
other
take it.
things, but I would say this: like, awesome. We saw the post 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, that it
Yeah.
went up, and I saw Funny to Informing, and it was weird. I must have been, I don't know, drinking too much water or caffeine, and I thought I saw an iHeart logo right next to it, and I was like, wait, I did see an iHeart logo right next to Funny to Informing. So tell us what happened. What's going on?
I don't know because I was making sure that we
John,
got on every
producer.
single platform, and up until that point, because we started this show like May 2017, so a few years ago now.
Heck yeah.
Up until that point, we are on every platform except iHeartRadio, and I like.
What is every platform? Somebody asked us today, what platforms are you on? There's so many platforms.
There's so
How do
many.
you
Just
pick,
off top
like-
of my head, I could name probably 5 or 6.
Hit it. Give us 5. We're gonna find out, John. We're gonna put them right to
iTunes,
Oh,
Google
nice.
Play, whatever Google Music, whatever you're calling it,
Yeah.
Stitcher,
Stitcher.
Spotify,
Spotify. Nice.
TuneIn. I think is that still a thing? TuneIn.
It might be. We're gonna go ahead and count it.
Mixler is an outlet. Spreaker is an outlet.
Mixer.
Mixler.
Mixler.
Mixlr.
Okay. Okay. Spreaker. I've heard of
Spreaker is an outlet. I don't know if we're on Mixler. I don't know. We may not be on Mixler.
As I tell you, got
as
me.
John said, we're on everything, but
I love
we
that
may
Chris
not be
Coleman's
there.
an overachiever. We've already gone through the 5, and he's just
and,
like
uh,
still
on
knocking
and one of
them
my
out,
new
bro.
favorites, Himalaya.
Himalaya.
That's
Nice.
a cool outlet. You guys,
Nice.
if you guys put this out on any of the aforementioned that I mentioned there,
Sure.
you should be on Himalaya without
Nice.
even having to post
Oh,
it.
that's awesome,
It
man.
just shows up.
And now iHeartRadio, which is kind of a big deal.
And
Yeah,
iHeartRadio.
yeah.
I didn't mention the biggest one.
It's kind of a big deal. I
So
mean,
what is that?
and
9
I
or
think,
10? Dang.
Yeah, like 10.
And the
or something.
Yeah.
iHeartRadio comes with that weight just by being iHeartRadio.
Right,
like
that's pretty
right
big.
away.
When you
it doesn't
open the
matter
app,
what
that's
your
a-
agreement
that's a big
is
high five.
with
They're number
iHeartRadio.
one.
The
When you
fact that they're
open
even,
the app,
that's
it
awesome.
says on there number one for podcasts. That's kind of their tagline.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
definitely number one,
Yeah.
and like some of the other
so
big
you
ones.
got a seat at the table.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
yeah,
idea.
we got approved.
Yeah,
You
it's
got a
just
seat at
great
the
outlet
table.
to be on.
We
Absolutely.
sent in
Sure,
for
absolutely.
approval. They approved us kind of quickly too, because some people are like, "Oh, it could take up to 3 months." It was maybe
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
Apple
3.5
takes a little
days.
while.
You either
Yeah.
have great content or they're scared of Chris's beard. One or the other.
Yeah.
Maybe neither.
Or
but
they
that's
love
fine.
it.
We'll go with both.
Yeah.
They might have heard that you were going to drop John to 0 in the next episode, and they were really excited to see that one. I don't know. Who knows? It's a mystery.
That's fine.
It's anticipation.
It's a
for sure.
there was a we both played a lot of music, and a lot of times we take positions in bands that I know I'd done this. I took a position in a band that I knew would move my career forward, although it wasn't the specific position that I necessarily wanted.
Okay.
And I was trying to come to terms with that on the first tour because I felt like I was selling myself out. I'm like, man, this is what I really want to do, but this is what I'm doing. And
You're settling.
Yeah, and that's what I felt. So I took counsel with friends and family, and some people that are close to the music industry, and they understand the professional plight of it. Right. And it was actually no surprise. It was my mom who said, "You have a seat at the table." And I said, "What do you mean by that?" And she's like, "Do you know how many people started in companies as janitors? Started in companies as people that just folded shirts, or started in companies as the person that got the coffee, and then grew and grew and grew and grew, and now they've grown. Now they're part of a team. Now they run a team. Right. Now they're a guy that runs teams of people that run teams,
and then eventually run their own thing."
I was like, "You got a seat at the table." So with iHeartRadio, you got a seat at the table. It's a great table to be at. It's a big table to be at.
And it's just a modest approach to it.
We'll take the scraps. From that table.
Bingo, man. You know what people can build with scraps? Build something with Legos. You got one little tiny yellow block. What is that? Nothing. You put it together, Voltron. I'm just saying.
Boom.
That is fantastic.
Wow. Hell yeah.
There is a Lego Voltron behind.
Add magic to their resume.
2,371 pieces. That's why I see.
You're never too old for Legos.
Voltron's the one that breaks into different ones?
Yeah, five lions that join together to become
So did
one
you make
amazing
each
robot.
5 lion and then put them together to become Voltron?
So exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, so the way that you build
That's
is
6
it
times
actually
more
comes.
impressive.
It comes with all the It comes with all the individual books for each individual line, and then at the end of the book, it tells you how to transform that specific line into the leg, the arm, and then the chest
Torso
and the
head. Wow.
Yeah, the sword's super cool. It was a lot of fun to put together. I think I binge watched 4 or 5 movies. Like sat out here with Shelly and Bree. We're all out here, and
beautiful.
I'm just Voltroning it up, and like we watched 3 or 4 movies. I have no idea. It was great.
Okay,
but in that is a little tiny yellow block. And it's just
where it started.
One tiny part of that big thing, and something like iHeartRadio, their legacy is built on the talent that they are able to present to the audience. That's it.
Yeah.
And you've seen so many people grow. Look at the people that are killing it in iHeartRadio when they first started. They were just a small podcast, just getting started, just getting discovered, just getting a seat at the table. And now their subscribers, their viewers, the people that are involved, the community that is built because of what they do just grows and grows and grows and grows. And I think a big part of this is consistency. Quality, consistency, keep going.
You guys know a little something about what you're talking about.
We know a little bit about that.
Yeah.
That's one of the huge pillars that we've been standing on this whole time is consistency, and then that tweak that little yellow brick every week.
Right.
Every performance, that yellow brick every time.
Yep.
Well, it's funny you mentioned evolution at the top of it all because you guys have done some evolving yourselves with this whole thing here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I will say
right here as we sit at this table with headphones
this a lot.
and
We
stuff.
say this a lot. We've never done this before.
This is new.
Well, I mean,
before that, we were saying, and even today, we've never had 2 guests at the same time join us on camera and this scale before, and I love it.
It's a 4-way.
Because we had no idea.
It's great.
Right?
It made extra room for
If Chris
me.
Coleman can fit into a 4-way, you never say no to something like that, ladies and gentlemen.
You squeeze it in when you can get
It's
it.
right there, baby. So it was a
.com.
So,
Of course.
I've been here before.
Had to do that one, yeah.
So it was really cool. Like when you guys were coming, Jay sent me, or the great Commodore, sent me a picture. And he's like, "Hey, is this cool for a perspective?" And he had the table shifted and everything moved. And board's sitting there. I'm thinking, I think that'll work. We'll grab the mics. We'll grab the wires.
Oh
we'll hook
we've
it
been
up.
so excited to
We'll
do
see if
this.
it works.
And we know. Are you guys? I don't know if I'm spilling more beans or not. Are you guys working on a new album soon?
Oh, and you're not
or
spilling
your
beans,
first,
sir. Well, let me rephrase that. You're spilling beans to people that may have not known that the beans have been spilled. But yes, we have just. So let me. In the music industry, I'm sure you guys understand this. For the podcast, correct me if I'm wrong. You record your podcast. Do you do editing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so right now we're on our first edit. So all the tracks are done.
Nice. Cool.
The masters are at stage 1. So what normally happens in the recording process is, in each different way a producer does it differently, but you record your tracks, mix, master, listen to the first cut. Listen to the first cut religiously. Listen to the first cut until you never want to hear the song again, and listen for the tiniest little, and that's what I do. So we write it all down, we could bring it back to the engineer, they get us cut 2.
Yeah.
Right now we have received cut 1. We've listened to it, we've taken individual notes, and we're getting ready to get back in touch with the engineer for the changes.
That's awesome.
I was able to fit all of my notes and adjustments normally on several sheets of paper on one Post-it note.
Okay.
The engineer we're working with is Zach Cabal from Castledore Studios.
I was going to say, is it Castledore?
Oh, cool.
That was my first
Cool.
thought when you said you had everything
He's outstanding,
recorded.
man.
I was like,
He-
probably
he-
Castledore.
He gets
Awesome.
it, man. I feel like he gets the feeling. He gets like the heart of the song. He connects to the emotion that the audio creates.
Right.
And I thought he did a really great job. He came back with the first cut, and there's some little things here and there. When we give people creative lenience, so like have fun, do your thing. Like
Right.
we're not here to tell you what to
sound
do.
good, let's hear it.
Yeah,
we're
let's
not
get
here to
it
tell you what to do.
recorded, and then let's just see if we can do something
Yeah,
with it.
so
It's just
so
more options.
We do our part. We give it to Zach. He goes through and he comps everything. So anytime we lay a specific guitar track down for, say, one song, he'll record it 5, 6, 7 times maybe. I'll do the same thing, 5, 6. It depends on how many takes. There's some songs I've worked on 10, 15, 20 takes.
And
where
then
you
there's
just play it
some
over
songs,
and over
a
and over
lot
again.
of songs. I'll mention this that you just did one take. You were like, first time, that was awesome. I guess we'll do another one just in case.
Yeah.
Well,
like that
case
happens
the
a lot
studio
with
burns
the-
down and
normally
you lose
my
that first
normally
take.
my
knocked it
response
out.
at the very end is I don't know, because I'm kind of like I black out. I don't really know what's going on until the take's over. And then you're
Yeah.
like, where was that?
snap, you're
and
back
I
to
actually
life.
looked over to the engineer's booth, and I looked over there, and Jay got on the phone. He goes, "Well, okay, I guess we're done here." And I was like,
I
think
guess
it was,
that's it.
wasn't
He
that the
goes,
first song
You just did that
too?
in one take.
You
And
did.
and I was like, okay, cool. Did that sound better? Do I need to knock it out? And I'm looking at Zach, and Zach's in with the headphones on. He's like, nah, man, it was awesome.
Okay.
I was like, great. Let's do it once more.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case. Because if
Yeah.
it's not broke, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And I've had engineers
I-
say, hey, man, that sounded really good. Let's do it one more time. Try not to suck this time. All right? Let's step up the game a little bit.
Which
And
part
will
did I
say this,
suck at?
to
You know the
me,
beginning and the end?
and
everything
the end,
in
and
between.
the whole thing right in the middle.
There,
Like,
fix
all
it.
that was just a minus.
Good
You're in a-
note. Yeah.
But Zach did great, man. It was a lot of fun. There's a lot that goes into it. And right now we analyzed finished Masters 1, and they go back to him. And it's interesting to be able to separate it when we play these songs so often, but we never really hear them. We don't rewatch the shows unless it's for some kind of like an archive or some
Right.
kind of a learning experience. How a football coach would show games from the opponent to
Yeah.
his current
Right.
team,
They're old
so they
clips.
learn,
Yep. Yeah.
that way. So that kind of evolution is necessary in regards to the information that we're able to pull up from things that we watch previously of what we've done.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting to listen to a produced version of something that we normally play in kitchens.
Right.
And to hear it, I'm like,
Right.
that's not us.
And it's
You
it
don't
doesn't-
think- yeah?
it
That's
sounds-
crazy.
It sounds really good.
Right.
It's
Like
so-
it
it's
sounds
too
so much
clean.
better.
And
Yeah.
I try to take out the fact that we wrote it. I try to take that out,
Right.
because
Which
it's
is hard
always
to do to
awesome
begin
hear.
with.
It's very, very difficult. It's
Right.
something
Not-
that you work hard on, something that you've
I mean,
created, and like it's up
we
there.
critique our everything we do over the top every time.
Sure.
So few and far between do we walk away from a show that we do feeling like, oh, that was a good show. It does occasionally. It does happen, and then even then we'll be like, maybe we just overfeel that. Like I'll have to listen to that back, and then he's like, I'll pay attention in editing and see if it was as good as we thought.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
usually
I
those
hate-
are the cases.
Wow.
It seems
Several
really
times we're
natural
like,
between you guys.
that
It
is
does
so-
seem very natural. The chemistry seems natural. The back and forth seems natural.
Thank you.
And it doesn't
Yeah.
even
It
seem
is.
purposeful. It just seems very natural. It doesn't seem like, hey, I'm going to go, then you go. Then I'm going to go, then you talk. And I think we're pretty good at kind of feeling that as well when we're talking about just
We
the
try.
bounce of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you think about the energy and you just never want it to drop, you never want it to fall, but you guys keep it going.
That's a good way to put
but
it.
it's so hard to like listen to yourself over
Yeah.
and over again. Like
Yeah.
you get sick.
Yeah.
We all get sick of
Yeah, I don't like doing
ourselves.
that.
It's,
Yeah, and that's one thing. Like I was telling him many times. There's been commercials that we've been in. There's been morning shows that we were a part of. There's
Right.
been other kinds of independent films and other things that as an actor I've been a part of, and I've never watched any of them. I just don't. I
Right.
just don't do it. I
Yeah.
don't want to see
Mhm.
it. In my mind, it's over and done
Well, 'cause
with. I didn't do a
the
bad
worst
job.
thing,
Let's move on.
especially
Exactly.
if you have like a fight with somebody or something, and like or a verbal confrontation, and then you walk away. Then you think of all the stuff you could have said to them when you were in
Yeah.
that moment, and you're like,
Hindsight.
oh man, and then you
Sometimes
start
I'm
like living
happy
in
I
regret.
didn't say that though. Sometimes I'm happy I didn't say that because I think, oh, that would have been a zinger. But then
Yeah.
I put myself, how would I feel if I actually did really dig into him good and get him?
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I'd be like, what?
Right.
After that, about
Yeah,
5
yeah.
seconds later, I'd be like, I'm an asshole.
Right. And then
Yep.
then the
And
guilt's
then-
back on you when it should have been on him to
exactly.
begin with.
So
Right,
I'm kind of happy that there's some zingers that I walked away from, and I'm like, that would have been brilliant.
That's
Yeah,
such a
it's like
zen
good.
way to think. That's Billy all day.
Oh,
that's
it's tough,
It's
man.
also Commodore. That's
it took
Commodore.
me a while to
We
get
talked
there, and I'm
about
sure
that,
he
but
has his
yeah.
own journey. But I mean, it took me a while to get there. Like I've always been a very competitive person by nature,
Right.
and not because I want that person to do bad, but it makes me do my absolute best.
That's what drives.
Yeah.
That's what drives
Yeah,
you.
I want them to win, as I want them to give me their absolute best.
Right.
Like I don't want them to get sick or get hurt or not feel good. Like I don't want that at all, man. Like
Yeah.
I want you to put
and
100%.
you want to beat them.
Oh, yes.
Right. You just want to do
Oh,
better.
yeah.
You want them to do amazing.
Yeah,
Because
and
if you do
they
better,
win,
that's
I'm
better
gonna-
than amazing.
Yeah, and if they win, I'm going to congratulate them and give them high fives. I'm going to blow them up. I'm going to talk about them on the show. Like,
Right.
absolutely, man.
Right.
It's all.
Yeah,
There's so much
yeah.
competition that's completely useless. There's enough cake for everybody. Speaking of cake, Publix is awesome. I'll throw it out there real quick
Yeah.
just to bring
Is
it full
this
circle.
is this a Publix cake?
Yeah.
Bingo. So normally on a Mondays, what we do is we go through a wrap-up of what we did over the last 6 days. So maybe you can kind of join us on this journey. Last Monday, we were supposed to do a wrap-up. Didn't get to do it because we were at Chuck's Wagon Home Cooking. This is a place on,
Saw that.
okay.
on Main Street in Apopka. And
boy.
I got to say, man, Mike Dillard, Dillard, let
Double
the
L.
bandana loose, and he cooked up some incredible home cooking. I'm talking about like you won't be hungry for the next 6 days home cooking.
Nice.
But your soul will
It
be
was-
happy.
It's
It
still
was-
all breakfast?
What we experienced was
No,
breakfast
they had
and
burgers
a
and
burger.
stuff,
Okay.
too.
Okay.
He made
It's
a
breakfast,
pounder
lunch.
burger. He came up to us before the show and he's like a couple days ago I don't want to do the accent in fear of being offensive, but
Is it Southern?
yes,
Ooh,
Just
no,
give
I
me the
really
lines
wanna
and I'll
hear
do
it.
it. I'm not offensive because I haven't met him. Give me my lines and I'll
I
do
really-
it.
it's okay. So I'll give it to
What do
you.
you say?
I've never made this burger before.
Billy, Commodore, I ain't never made this burger before.
I came up with it 2 days ago.
I came up with it 2 days ago
I came up with it for this show.
for this show with y'all here right now.
That's not bad. I
Thanks
would
for
say,
being with me. Take my bandana off.
That was
Salute ya.
that was good.
That's
was
fake
really
great.
good.
See, I
Yeah,
didn't
would
watch. I
take
didn't see that episode,
I
so
would
I'm
take
not
that,
trying to
move
be
it to
offensive
a
him.
granddad, and
Okay.
you'd nail it. But that's it.
Okay, I've got that too.
That's
Oh.
not bad. You're getting there, bro.
Like whiskey.
That,
Grandpa.
that and the strong. Oh,
It's a
that's
little
not
bit
bad,
of
bro.
both, son.
That's not bad.
I made it 2 days ago
Mike.
for y'all.
All right, now I'm seeing Mike. I'm seeing the
Enjoy.
bandana.
Oh, boy.
I can see the bandana, Chris.
Where you keep
That's
your
just
eggs?
too good.
So he created some awesome food, and we have our whiteboard is growing. Have you noticed this?
Yeah, it went from 12
It
inches
went from a
by
whiteboard about
12
like
inches by
this big.
24 inches.
Yeah, and the writing is getting
And now
smaller.
we have 36 by 48.
You should have seen how much Shelly could fit on the 12 by 8 that we had.
That's the small one you guys use for your intros
Yeah, that's
to
the
your
one-
shows
yeah,
now
yeah,
that
it's
she
like
writes
this-
backwards
yeah,
on?
she does like the
Shout out
backwards
to that.
pictures.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
we have we recently started our TikTok, and I think and I think it'll work. She does time lapse of those boards, so she records the
Oh,
whole thing in
that's
time
awesome.
lapse. It takes about 20 to 25 seconds, and you get to watch this board come to life in reverse.
That's crazy.
Which is super, super cool. And every time, it's very similar to the Mad Scientist cakes. Every time she makes a board, she outdoes her board the last week that was already incredible.
Okay.
I'm like, and it's just natural. I don't even think she's
That's
thinking
great.
like, I'm going to do better this
So
time. I
even-
think it's just like creativity.
Even for Shelley, it's evolution.
evolution.
That's the theme of
That's
your
what
this
this
show
whole
today.
that's
That's
what
what-
that's kind
oh,
of this
yeah.
whole project, and I would say
Yeah.
that's
I
been a
love it.
part of you guys too. Like from your very first podcast to your 100 and whatever, because it doesn't matter
Oh, yeah.
podcast. Like what would
No
you
numbers.
what would you-
Whatever number
What would you say are
podcast.
like from the first podcast to the latest podcast? What are the top 3 things that you think have attributed to your growth and evolution?
Definitely like us having the same goals. I think.
Yeah.
would
A
definitely be
unified
one.
vision.
Unified
Yeah,
vision.
a unified vision.
Yeah, we have the.
What I was gonna say.
Okay.
Sounds like same things in our vision sight lines. We
Yeah.
see things similarly. That's
I'd
fine.
rather just say and yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But as
Taking it seriously,
Is there
I think
a-
a little bit as well. Like just
yeah, but not at the same time or letting it affect
yeah.
us.
The
if-
structure and
a
the
little more
business aspect of it
Yeah.
seriously, but the content still fun and
yeah.
free-hearted and improv. But you do have to have 100 plus, to have 80 plus, doesn't matter. You have to have structure. You have to have consistency. You have to
Yeah.
have that, like the dedication.
Yeah,
to
I
say-
think I think that's how anybody
Yeah.
takes us seriously. It's like even people
hard.
we've been interviewing, we've been kind of evolving into this like really some primo interviews. I'm talking
Nice.
to like lately Psycho Sid Vicious, who's a professional
You
wrestler.
posted this on social media a couple days ago.
Yeah,
I saw his
and he's a
picture,
big
and I was
one.
like, "That's Sid Vicious, dude."
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Sid
awesome, man.
Vicious.
Congratulations.
He went by
Right.
so many monikers, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was a cool interview. We talked to one of the kind of I guess he'd be like a backup character from Breaking Bad and El Camino. He also played Mr. Heckles on Friends. A guy named Larry Hankin. We got to talk to him.
Who was Larry Hankin on Breaking Bad? I watched that entire series.
Junkyard Joe? If
Got
you saw
it.
his picture, you'd be like,
Got
"Oh,
it.
I've seen that guy in a million things." He's
Yeah,
like
he's
a
one of
consummate
those
character
guys.
actor. Yeah,
There was
Yeah.
have you guys
he
seen
was
El
in
Camino?
Billy Madison. Yeah, I saw El Camino.
How was it?
I loved it.
It was good?
dude.
Are you a Breaking Bad fan?
I watched
Heisenberg.
everything. Yeah.
Just making sure.
Heisenberg came from Heisenberg.
Yeah, just making sure, man.
absolutely. It was
Awesome.
people,
oh, good.
people,
That warmed my
people
heart.
have
I was
shit
worried
on
about
it,
asking that question.
But I'll just say it wraps up Breaking Bad, or at least a part of that story, with a bow.
Nice. And I thought the final episode of Breaking Bad wrapped up Breaking Bad. I thought it was really great.
It was a good wrap up.
At the very end, they did. At the very end, they did.
Spoiler alert.
Of course,
Jesse,
100%. Everything else.
Maybe he dies. Maybe he doesn't.
Don't tell me.
Something happens with Jesse.
Maybe he's in El Camino. Maybe it's time because they go back and forth in Breaking Bad a lot.
So for the record, this is just one of those very few instances where it kind of sucks. I don't watch any TV.
So you haven't seen it either.
It's actually right there in that barrel, sir.
Okay.
That is the Blu-ray version of Breaking Bad.
Oh, I've seen that. That's the whole complete series in the barrel with the blue.
Yep.
Man.
The discs are blue.
Yep,
yeah,
you got stuff hidden all around this
awesome.
house. Like I'm like looking up and I've
Most
seen
people
Lego.
have like Funko Pops. This guy's like, no.
Yeah, that was a special release. If you turn it around, it actually has the periodic table element right on the front
Beautiful.
of Breaking Bad.
With the BR and the BA.
And then if you open it up, it has the discs. Then it has koozies and it has an apron.
Yeah. Okay. And some of them came with Los Pollos Hermanos T-shirts.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
was,
familiar. Nope. Never
man.
heard of this show. What is
Nice.
it?
What are you talking about?
Well,
I'm glad El
how does it
Camino
go?
is good. That's awesome.
Yeah, El Camino's good.
I
Anyway, we talked to a dude
Wrapping it up, baby.
who's in El Camino. That was cool. And yeah, we've done a lot of evolving ourselves to kind of put it in a short and to wrap it up nicely.
Nice.
In that we've started kind of doing our new.
If you want to watch it wrapped
thing.
up nicely, watch Chris Coleman. He's
I
very good at
can't
wrapping
wrap a
things up
present
nicely.
for shit. I'll say that. If I wrap you a present, you get it and you go, "Oh, Chris got me a gift." It looks terrible. Or,
You don't need
or
a tag.
My
You know
child.
who it's from.
Yeah, one of the two.
You know exactly what's
But
from.
yeah, we've started doing a video aspect of our show. We're live on Twitch now every Thursday at 7
Nice.
p.m.
Oh,
Which is
yeah.
awesome,
So that's
bro.
something
Like
new
that.
for us, and we've had to kind of keep it succinct in that since we started doing the video aspect and we have it only at an hour with no
Sure.
breaks, we've segmented a lot better.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
we've
and I don't know.
definitely done a lot of changing and growing.
We get to read people's comments and things like
Yeah.
that, So if we get a question or
Sure.
if they want to continue running with a joke that we
Dude,
had already
100%.
started, I love that.
Yeah, you guys
Well,
get
it's,
we really like that because we get to, and the thing that I feel about music, a big part of it is being able to provide, for me, to be able to provide an environment where people can enjoy themselves by presenting an environment with music.
Yeah.
So you, a DJ, a musician, you can feel the crowd. You can feel the strength of the crowd. And you can feel if it's ready to ebb and flow. Is it ready to really hit him with something cool? Do you want to hit something groovy? Do you want to hit something with rock?
Yeah, there's
But a
so
lot of
many
that comes
times
from
where
the audience.
he'll switch.
Commodore is
There's a
mad.
lot of times.
Stitching
This is my first
Commodore,
beer, by the way.
Commodore is so mad right now.
There's a lot
Shows
of times where he'll
through the
switch
gutter.
up the set list.
This
or
is
he'll
actually
switch up
created
what
by
we're-
Alyssa Rose, Dr. Alyssa Rose, girlfriend / maybe fiance of Zach Cabral, who is producing our album.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
Possibly.
Produce another one of those because he just
Yeah,
broke it.
he's
Yeah, I
knocking
wanna-
it to the floor.
I don't want to.
No,
I don't
just
wanna
the frame.
Forget it. I want to set it right.
the-
Beautiful.
Get it
Oh,
over
look,
here.
front and center now.
I just.
There you
I
go.
want the Commodore to be free to move.
Yeah.
Be
No, that's
free to
fine.
do things.
Well, I took care of that, didn't I?
Be free. It's evolution.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Thank you for picking that up, by the way. Oh,
You got it.
boy.
Oh, what's going on?
Anyway.
Are you
So
watching
we-
the
So
tilt?
we were talking about the ebb and flow of the audience, and in a live venue, you can see the audience. You can see what they're doing. They're either dancing, they're clapping, they're
Yeah.
smiling, they're singing.
True.
You can
Yeah.
you can read,
Absolutely.
feel the crowd, right?
Right.
The only way that we can do that is through the comments.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
we don't see any faces, we can't hear them singing. So and it's hugely important for us to be able to see those on every show because
John tries to
of
read them
that
now.
single fact. And there's plenty of times where we're in the middle of a show and he'll switch up a song or something what we were going to do and just totally shift gears because of something he saw. Or
Right.
something
Yeah.
else
Yeah.
Especially when it
somebody
comes in
said.
repetition, it's kind of like playing to the masses, So it actually happened the other night. We had a song that we were going to end our show with. We were fortunate that originals won, and we already had an original picked out. And then both of the hosts at the same time, without knowing this, said exactly the same original that they wanted to hear, and it
that's
wasn't
awesome.
the original that we were going to play.
Okay.
Yeah, last
Okay.
Friday.
Yeah, so the Commodore comes up and he's ready to rock. He hits the first chord. I'm like, hey, let's do Drift Slide Collide. Both the hosts just asked for it. Is that cool? And he goes, yeah, got it. And
then
he's like,
just
I
give me
got
a
to
minute to
retune.
tune.
I got to
Yeah.
retune.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
right
Yeah.
back. So he came back up, and I love that. And that was live interaction, which is great. And that's something that we get digitally as well.
Yeah.
People reach out. That's why at the end of every show we do originals or covers. What do you guys want to hear? We have time for one more. We leave it up to you.
Right.
You want to hear something that we rock that you guys know that you like,
Right,
or do you
right.
want to hear an original, something that we wrote? What do you want to hear?
It's cool that people can feel like they're a part of it,
Dude,
and what's going on.
How great
and,
of a year is it to be in? That in And
Right.
this year, we have a device that I can also use to send messages and answer emails and make phone calls that we can stream and we can talk and interact with
totally connect.
hundreds of people.
Yeah.
When we first started this,
Around the world.
it was tens
Yeah.
of people.
Right.
And then it got to like hundreds of people, and we were like, wait a minute, what an amazing creation. What an awesome environment to be a part of, to be able to take something, your heart, your soul, and put it out there and take responsibility for it. You're free to say whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you
Right.
want.
But now it's
you're-
all out in the open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Answer
it's
for it.
also your responsibility to take responsibility for what you say. So
Yeah.
yes, it's a platform. Yes, it's a microphone, and yes, you can mess it up.
You get to develop a relationship with certain people, especially just through
absolutely.
that, just through that alone.
Yeah.
Like I know you guys have supporters from different countries, that are there.
Ditto.
Every other show per
Yeah,
week.
we have right away. I think of the bad from Trinidad, Kyle Nunez. Like,
Yeah,
just
buddy.
just
Yeah,
an awesome
he's-
dude.
He interacts with us now. Like
Yeah, Kyle's awesome, man.
He kind of came over through Jay Bauer.
Sure.
Who we kind
Oh,
of
Josh
got,
is awesome too,
who
man.
We got
Yeah.
connected
And that's the
with
thing.
through
Like,
you guys.
I love
It's
the fact
all
that there's so many
simpatico.
connections.
Yeah.
We have Terry McIver, and he
Yeah.
probably has been involved and has probably been sharing your stuff too. And Terry's in Ireland.
Yeah.
And we met him through Josh Bauer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which was,
and some of these,
which was
I mean,
so cool.
and like even if they listen to the show, some of them are more talented than me and him will ever be.
They're-
And like so, I have a habit.
Don't tell him.
I have a habit of
Don't ever say that.
I need
Don't
a backup
let them
gig.
know,
Yeah, yeah,
Zach.
yeah.
Don't
Well,
let them
no,
know
don't
what's
say
going on.
names, but some of you guys
Yeah,
are really
and
fucking up.
but
Sorry, my bad. We'll cut that out.
Yeah,
It's after
This is a
9:30.
live,
It's
right?
after 9:30 in
Yeah.
Ireland.
Yeah. Gotcha.
That's fine.
I-
This is for you, Terry. That was for you, Terry.
I have a habit of saying calling them friends of the show though, because I
Sure.
can't say
Yeah.
listeners.
Yeah,
kind
it's weird to say
sometimes it comes off
listeners
you're
or
above
whatever.
them, and I'm not
Sure.
above anybody that even listens. So
Dude,
they're friends of the show.
So fortunate to be here, and I had this conversation. We had this conversation. I think we were on the same page here as well. I'm happy that this didn't happen to us 10 years ago. I'm happy that KitchenKillaz didn't happen to us 15 years ago
Right.
or 20 years ago. I'm completely happy with that.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of mantra people take. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens at a certain time. I don't know what's true, but I do know that if this happened 15 years ago, I wouldn't have been prepared.
If
I
we
wouldn't
had
have
tried this,
Oh,
if
man.
we had tried this when he initially came, the very first time he ever came to me and said, "Hey, let's do
Like,
something."
Let's play some,
or-
let's play
I
some
don't-
music.
I don't know
He's
how
a
it was
gifted
presented.
musician, and I always want people to reach their full potential. So if I see you playing harmonica in the parking lot and I have a show that night, I'm probably going to invite you up to play harmonica.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I want you to I just want to see what you're capable of.
Mhm.
So it was very similar.
but see,
He's
if
such a
we-
gifted musician.
If we had tried that, I knew I wasn't. I knew that took an investment. I knew it was an investment to do something
Yeah.
like that, and I wasn't ready to do that. I didn't want to do anything at the time. But then
I
once
know.
You were a lazy
once-
sack of crap.
yeah, for a while. But and then eventually that turned around, and then he kept approaching me, and I was
And we
like,
kept in touch.
Yep.
We
All
kept in touch. And I knew I was going to get him one time. I knew it.
Right.
He's such a gifted musician. I
When-
knew
Yeah.
one of them was going to
Break
get him.
him down.
when
knew
I
one
was
of them was gonna
ready,
get 'em.
though. When I was ready.
Yeah, but you never stop asking. And like people, my friend, like I've got a couple friends that don't like going out at night. They just don't like going to parties. They don't like
Okay.
heavy social situations. But I will always invite them.
Okay.
Even though I know they might tell me no, I'm never going to be that guy that says, "Yo, Chris, we have a party tonight, and next week not ask you because you didn't want to go last week."
Right, right.
Because that one time where you're like, you know what, I think it would be cool to kind of
Maybe
get
that's
out.
the time, right?
Maybe
Yeah.
that's the time.
Or this guy's not going to stop asking me.
Yeah, right?
Like, geez, that
So if
Billy
I
is
go,
so
maybe I'll
annoying.
shut him
Just
up
go.
for
It might
You're,
be-
you're going to have
it
fun.
could be
Clearly,
fun.
here we are 2 years later.
be
He
fun.
hasn't left yet.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and the Commodore is a man of decisive action.
Nice.
Most certainly.
Oh yeah.
A man of decisive action. But yeah, we kept in
Sometimes
touch.
to
We
my
would just
detriment.
we would just hang out, and we would just. Sometimes it had nothing to do with music. Sometimes we were just talking life. Before any of this happened.
Right.
But he always brought his guitar, and I was always excited to play music with him.
That's cool.
And then it got to the point where he approached me, and I was talking to him about the band that I had, and he said, I'd kind of like to play some music. What would you think about cover shows? And I was like, I like cover shows. I also have a band that's playing originals. Would you be willing to work with some originals and maybe write a little bit? He's like, yep. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Let's do it. No
Wow.
problem. And I'll tell you, decisive action. The dude, he set the bar for anybody that would try to play music as part of the business when his level of dedication was not necessarily even brought into question, but he had to make a decision.
Yeah.
And when it was
Yeah.
time for him to do it, he left home, he left work, he left friends, he left familiarity completely 100% and was like, let's do this.
Right.
Came to Orlando, pulled the trigger,
That's
started
awesome.
started just jamming. And
Well, that's why you guys have worked out.
and I
mean,
think
because you guys
KitchenKillaz,
have
if
that
we
same
tried to make it,
dedication.
and I don't think we tried to do this. I think we just wanted to play music.
Right.
And we had social media available to us.
Right.
No.
And the next thing you know,
Like,
somebody
let's give
else
it a-
named
let's
us.
give
We
it
did
a
not.
name with
did you give
alliteration,
Did
right.
you give yourself this name?
I'm gonna use a Lego reference again.
Okay.
We were just randomly.
You were given the yellow brick.
I imagine like a pool of little tiny bricks that are all different colors.
Right.
And every night we would just reach in and pick one.
Let's do this.
Okay.
That's
Let's do
really,
this.
Or
And
every
it was
once
our
in a while,
box of
one would
Legos.
just fly at us. And we're
Oh
like,
man.
Song
All
idea.
right,
Song
let's use
idea.
this one.
Okay.
Building blocks. Write
Oh
a
man,
song.
I like
There
it.
you go.
It's recorded. And by the way, for those of you that are just joining us or have joined us or have been here the entire time, we are sitting here. Oh, let's do it in order. I'm Billy Floyd, and that's
the Commodore.
We are the Kitchen Killers. We're sitting here for the Monday night wrap up with John Hannan and Chris Coleman from Funny to Informing.
Welcome,
We're
guys.
doing
Thank
a little
you.
bit of an update. It was a couple months ago that we sat down with you guys and we talked to you guys about what we did. And as the interviewer and interviewee relationship goes, you know a little bit about each other. But I kind of like the fact that you're here with us so we can ask you invasive questions.
Oh, I don't like that.
So
at all.
what is-
I don't
turn it
like.
around?
What is
Don't-
what is your top three? How do you feel that you've evolved? You guys together have evolved the show from episode 1 to the latest episode.
I would say-
what would you recommend for anybody out there? Like, if you really push,
If you want something to grow, you have to. You definitely have to. I don't know. You have to have a passion for it. I feel
Sure.
like. I mean, and I've
agree.
always had
Yeah.
a passion
Yeah.
for doing this, but I've never taken it as seriously. Like John said, or like I mentioned, and John said, we take it seriously off the mic, so to speak, through planning and just trying to get things done in our free time because we both have full-time day jobs.
Yeah, if we email a guest, we're gonna email them seriously. We're not gonna
Yeah, and
Agreed.
just
sending them a nitpick. Like
right.
we
And
send
you don't
each
just
other.
want to throw feelers out and not follow up or
wait,
whatever.
you're sending nitpicks. How do you sign up for this? Is
that a
what's
thing?
going? Is this a group?
It's it might be part
Should
of the
we tell them?
Patreon. It
Should we
might
t-
be part of the Patreon.
Oh, so you might
There might
have
be a Patreon to get
nip-
yourself off of that.
You might
list,
have.
depending on whose nips.
It's a higher
they're
tier.
gonna
We
be.
just randomly find people's email addresses and we add you to the
Yep.
nitpick
Yep.
group.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
when we
it, baby.
Put us in the
that'll
rotation.
That'll be the virus that comes with our first app.
Oh my god!
To get off of it,
Again,
to
we were the Chris
it'll be
Coleman
called the unsubscribe
From
hack.
Funny to Informing, the virus app. What? That sounded bad.
The
That's
unsubscribe
got a penicillin app. So the first thing you were talking about was passion.
Yeah, passion. I would say passion, dedication,
Yeah.
and I don't know what's the third thing. What have we done?
The level of professionalism, or
Yeah, just trying to be professional.
These
Oh,
are his.
no, I
sir.
like that though.
Yeah.
Right, but it all kind of comes with
That was a
the
cheap
dedication.
answer.
Yeah, thanks for. See,
We
that's
have
why
an
that's why we have
educator
chemistry.
sitting right behind you. He knows what cheating's all about, John Hannan. I'm seeing him. I'm looking at you right now.
Eyes on John's paper. Eyes on John's paper.
I need like the horse blinders when I sit down.
Oh man! So it's been an interesting journey, I think, for both of the teams, the Kitchen Killers team, the Funny
Yeah.
to Informing team, growing and meeting.
It's been cool
new
to
Yeah.
watch you guys grow.
and evolving. Ditto, and seeing the posts that we were just talking about. Sid Vicious, awesome.
Thanks.
iHeartRadio, awesome. And I think this is a great testament of is just keep going, just
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah.
That's it. And like, be true to yourself. Yes. Be passionate. Yes. And just keep going. Just keep doing it. Even though
I think a huge part of it is like you have to know that you can have a future in this. Like this can be what you do. And
Yeah, I've
and-
been
and
thinking that
if
more and more recently.
Like I had to really like just accept that and know that was going to be true
Right.
before I'll quit my job.
Right,
buy
right.
out
Yeah.
my lease, move to a
isn't
city
that
I
the,
don't
the
have a
dream
place
to
in
not
it,
work
you know
for
what
the
I mean?
man, but to be the man?
That is that.
You know,
absolutely.
like you
That's
want to
absolutely
build
it.
your dream, not somebody else's.
It's
There-
Because if you don't think it's possible, you're never going to go for it.
And
Of
how
course,
do you
exactly.
sell yourself?
That's why
How
I
do
still
we
try to
sell
use the
ourselves
force
to
because
anyone
I
else?
think that's possible.
How do you sell yourself to anyone else? A sponsor, a listener, a viewer, anything?
Sure.
If you don't believe it yourself.
Yeah, and you have to be genuine because people can tell when you're full of crap.
I
People
not
can
to
tell.
say that I always feel it myself.
They can,
but,
everybody.
yeah, but I have my ups and downs with. But yeah, the whole
Sure,
keep
of
going.
course.
There are
Yeah.
days where I'm like, like I said, I don't feel like that show was so good, John, or whatever.
Sure.
But I don't ever want to quit. But there are definitely days that I question it.
Yeah.
But
Oh, look, I
you
mean,
just keep doing
but
it, and then
then
Thursday
certain-
rolls around, we have another show to do,
Then,
and,
like-
and we do it.
Every once in a while, because it's
Bud
harder.
Light, what's up? I'm just saying, just gonna throw it out there.
Hey.
Wayne Dench, Jason Sawyer, what's up, my dudes?
Thank you,
Thank
man.
you so much. We're rocking some Bud Light koozies
The
provided
koozies
to
are
us
cool.
by Wayne Dench and Jason Sawyer. Absolutely awesome, right out of Sanford, man. He puts a lot of really great events together for
That's
101.1. Works with Super Dave a lot, who is a pain, and I will beat you in arm wrestling, sir, and bring it, bro. Yeah. No, Dave's got pretty big arms. I don't know about that, man, but I'm just gonna say, you got to evolve.
Hey,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Evolve your arms.
Gotta try.
Evolve your arm strength.
I
You should
played
try
soccer
racing,
a lot.
Dave.
Oh yeah, see,
You should do like a running
Ooh.
race with Dave.
I'll race Dave. If you beat me in racing, then I'll arm wrestle you.
Yeah, that's
Let
fair.
me rephrase that.
Well,
A
no,
foot
fair.
race. If you beat me in a foot race that you are racing yourself, you can't have a proxy. You can't have something race in your place.
I sponsored
Yeah,
someone.
you
to run
can't
for
have
me.
any jet propulsion. You can't get in touch with Wile E. Coyote for him to bring some Acme stuff in a box and hook it up to you. Now you're
Yeah,
flying
he's
rocket
go-
speed.
that's not
He's
fair.
gonna,
No,
he's gonna
that's
have the
not gonna work.
shoes with the little wheelie. on
No
the back.
shoes with wheelies, Dave.
Heelys, downhill only.
That's a
You
great
would,
idea.
you would
Downhill
still
only.
beat him.
That's
you
a
would
great
still beat
idea.
him.
Oh, what's up?
Don't sell yourself short.
Wow.
You would still beat him.
See, you
Yeah,
gotta
with
believe it
wheelies?
yourself first.
That's right.
You
That's
gotta believe it.
Thank you,
yourself.
I'll
Chris.
beat you with rocket wheelies. That's no problem. No problem at all, baby.
Yeah.
Bring a helmet, man. I want you to be okay so you can race me again after I beat you. We can have like the round 2 when Apollo Creed fought, Sylvester Stallone
Round
fought
2,
Rocky.
uphill. I got you this
Now we
time,
go
Healy
uphill.
boy.
Healy boy, now you're going down.
Literally.
Oh, jeez.
He'll be here all week. For real, he lives here.
Really appreciate the Bud Light, though.
Oh yeah, so
Incredible.
Huge shout out to
don't
to,
thank us.
to
Thank-
Wayne Dench,
thank-
to Jason Sawyer being so awesome, and to Jen Hogan. Jen Hogan working really, really hard. One of our closest and best friends from Pennsylvania. Thank you so much, Jen, for everything that you've done. You've brought us to different levels we never would have been able to experience ourselves. The team has continuously grown.
I actually said
the
out
community
loud
has been a
the
part
other
of
day.
it.
I was like,
Shelley Wheeler,
where would we be
sitting
without Jen?
right next to the camera? Everybody contributed, and they really brought us past that, as Garrett GW, the award-winning author GW Pomerantz would say, outside of our sphere of influence, because you can only do so much, and you can only inspire so many people with your time and with your reach. And there's just only so much you can do. It really is. It really is a team effort.
Right?
It
Yeah.
is. And you guys together are great, man. It's so cool that you're able to work with each other, very similar to the great Commodore and I would imagine.
Yeah, what we're trying to do is we're trying to increase our level of intensity and continue the passion for it, but at the same time develop a rhythm
What we're trying to do is up here.
Well, yeah, my hands are just gonna get higher and higher as
Watch the fan,
talking.
John.
Oh,
I forgot how tall you were.
I forgot there was a fan up there.
I thought you were going to say you forgot how tall you were too. That was crazy.
He's comfortably numb. His hands are 2 balloons.
No, but so when we're trying to develop positive rhythms to get into, so that at some point we're not even thinking about doing the right thing or what we need to be doing for the show.
You're just jiving.
It's just happening.
Yeah.
The Legos fall into place.
Yeah, and the jive is really important too. And again, that takes time. It takes evolution. It takes time, and it's really interesting because with this moving forward, like tomorrow, we have the You Pick 2 poll that we put up at 12 o'clock. Another way that we're able to interact with that, and people vote on the songs, and we play the songs that have the 2 highest numerical numbers.
You pick 'em, we play 'em.
Yeah, manifest our musical destiny, baby. We done it
I vote every week.
Yeah, thank you very much. And
Nice.
Speaking
Thanks,
of that, last week we had our You Pick 2 poll we put up at 12 o'clock, and on Wednesday last week, we had a busy week last week. We were at Castledore Studios. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, okay.
So we did Castledore Studio. They're actually in Hawaii this week. I think they're headed there today. Did they head there today?
They took the whole studio?
I'm sorry?
They took the whole studio
bro.
to Hawaii?
It's
Castledore, yeah.
You really got to check it out, man. They made the entire thing portable.
It was
And
a
they
very
used
big
repulsor
helicopter.
lifts
No
that
way.
they learned. Yeah.
Love it.
They use repulsor lifts that they learned how to build through listening to Star Wars books.
Repulsor lifts?
Yeah.
I thought that's what we called you when you pick things up.
Ooh.
I swear, I think.
You sicken me,
See,
sir.
and I know Coleman's kidding, but I still think you're lying, Billy.
Oh, he is. He is.
Definitely,
Okay.
yes.
They did
The
not bring
level of
those
detail
You're on
lets you
point.
know he's lying.
Yeah, I will say
on
this:
point.
there are portable studios that can go in a laptop and headphones and a microphone. Absolutely.
Well, that's
but-
kind of us. We do a lot of mobile recording.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way to do it, man. We have good
On a
friends at
laptop.
Dropkick Radio. They do the same. They do the same thing. They're able to be mobile, and I think it's such a great way to be able to utilize and engage an environment. Because we can talk about a restaurant all we want, but last week we went to Chuck's Wagon.
Right.
We didn't have one of them come here with some food. We were in the restaurant
With Mike.
With Mike D I
I made this
double
burger for y'all.
L A R D.
Right.
The pound burger, baby.
It was
So
a really good
man.
burger.
Hell yeah.
It was really good, and I'm gonna go through it because it
Yeah, we
deserves it.
stopped
We
your
went through
timeline.
No, you're fine. The Mayor Nelson Bowl, which had chorizo, hash browns, 2 eggs, onions, green peppers, tomato, bacon, cheddar, and jalapenos.
Yep.
Which was incredible. All
Yep.
of these things could easily feed a family
Does
of
Mayor
14.
Nelson come on the side? You didn't
That's
mention him
gross.
as part of the-
Number 2, we had fully
Wow,
fully
you're
loaded
right. That
with,
is gross.
with
Not
country
9:30.
fried steak. We had 4 biscuits. Okay, I'm going to read this again because there's so many. Fully loaded with country fried steak, 4 biscuits, 4 eggs, country fried steak, sausage gravy. Sausage gravy, not sausage, comma, gravy.
Oh, sausage gravy.
Sausage gravy and shredded cheese, which was awesome. He put it up. He melted it down. It was outstanding. And I will say the Mayor Nelson Bowl, one of those does not come with jalapenos, but the great commenter said he wanted a kick.
Okay.
So Mike Dillard did something he'd never done before. He put sliced jalapenos in the Mayor Nelson Bowl, which was awesome. We had the Pounder. That was the burger that he invented just a couple days before the show. That was a double cheeseburger.
It was huge.
Oh, my God. Pepper jack cheese, bell pepper rings. Which now I want bell pepper rings in all of my hamburgers. I'd never had that before. It's outstanding.
I love bell peppers. That sounds interesting.
It was awesome, man. And
give it a try.
Yeah, he did bacon and he did onion rings.
The interesting thing
awesome.
though, he didn't put any kind of sauce on it or mayonnaise or nothing. He's like, yo, if you want to put that, that's on you.
Yep.
Okay.
Because this is
But
what
then
it
I
comes with.
tried it.
If you want any mayo mustard, that's
And
on
it was
you.
fine.
I was going
It
to
was
say,
fine.
it
It
didn't
delicious.
need it.
Try it the way it comes, right? That's how
the
he
whole thing.
intended it.
And
Yep. Try
that's
it.
what we did.
Yep, and you as a culinary creator yourself,
Right, I get it.
You put specific things. Yeah, you put specific.
I don't know what I'm saying. I know where you're going.
Golly, man,
I'm sorry.
I swear.
You put
Let's
specific
evolve that
things
down
to,
too. Say, I
That's
get
all
it.
right. I totally forgot. We also came to Tonatores and we saw you for a Monday wrap up.
Yeah,
and
that
you
was a good time.
you allowed us to make some pizzas, and then you
Yeah,
put one in the oven, and we
you
did the
made a
podcast,
pizza.
and you burnt one.
Yeah,
Remember that?
yeah. That was off camera. Way to break the 4th/8th wall
thanks,
and let everybody know
Listen,
that.
bro,
but,
we evolve things here. That's the
Son
9th wall.
of
I
a
think we're at
bitch.
9.
I do. I had written that off, but I do remember it now.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it was great. I'll never forget the taste of burnt pizza. But it was. I will
least
say,
I could do. No,
Thank you,
literally,
sir.
least I could do.
And they've been back, and now Restaurant Impossible came back again.
Yeah. They were in. Actually, they filmed in July, and I think the show came out in August.
Tonatores. It's in Milk District, College Park.
College Park,
Tonatores.
Edgewater Drive.
It's absolutely incredible. It's a great story of redemption. A great restaurant needed
Yeah.
some help. Restaurant Impossible came in, did a really great job, and a very small percentage of those restaurants actually still survive.
Yeah.
They work so hard because the restaurants are already on the way down.
That's the
it's
thing.
not like
They
that
need
they're
to be
hovering here and
saved,
they're not.
quote, unquote.
They have to be
Right.
saved.
Right.
But
And they were doing good business there.
Sure.
But he was still splitting ownership with other people, and he needed help
Gotcha.
getting bought out.
They
They helped him with that, and they helped
Okay.
him make the money, get busy enough, and keep the steady clientele enough to
Wow.
pay his way out of that to become full owner himself.
and then Restaurant Impossible comes in.
Well, they came back to do a follow-up
That
because so
follow-up.
few do so well.
Sure.
This was
That's so awesome.
and I
And
met
this is-
Robert
this is
Irvine
right
in the
here.
process.
This is
and,
right here.
and he was telling Denny how that was one of his favorite original shows
Heck
that he
yeah,
ever
man.
did.
That's
He's
awesome.
super
Nice.
proud of how the restaurant's grown since he's come in, and it was really it was a big hour-long like stroke the owner's ego. But I mean, good for him. He's worked hard to do
Yeah,
that. You know,
of course, man.
So and it was a cool experience. I mean, it kind of. In all reality, when one of those shows comes in, it's a big production.
It's
you
a big
know?
deal.
So a lot
They're
of
not just
things
coming in
kinda
with a
got
phone.
put on
They're coming in
hold.
with, like,
they've got 2 cameramen, producers,
entire staff.
audio guys with boom mics and shit. Yeah,
We need to get boom mics.
over
and
the top.
buses and
producers.
trucks
It's like
of
this.
people.
Just hold this up over Billy's head every week. Shelly, new job. And,
Oh, no.
But yeah,
Oh, my God.
so in all reality, they do kind of get in the way, and you do kind of have to tailor everything around
Sure.
the production of that. But that being said, it was in retrospect, looking back, it was a cool time. It was cool.
Man, that's awesome. It's
cool to watch 'em walk
That's
around the
another
kitchen.
thing, like another creative passion. So when you're talking about creating a pizza with specific ingredients, like you have a couple different pizzas that you've created, and you've done that because that flavor profile is something the way you designed it.
Yeah, just
and
throw
this
stuff
burger was
together.
the same. Like I think in Mike's mind, he was like, "This is the flavor profile I'm going for." I think he nailed it.
Well,
Sounds awesome.
I have
I
a-
like
delicious.
burgers, and that
I have
sounds
2
awesome.
older sisters, and one of them, every time when we were kids, every time we would go to a restaurant, she would order like, I can't have this, or this, or this,
yeah.
any of that. So like everything,
like
anything she
chicken
ordered,
nuggets
so like
and
I
mac
want it
and
without
cheese.
this, with this, without this, and then
Right.
and I'm like that annoyed the crap out of me
Right.
after a while.
Of course
so
it would.
now,
Oh,
like
man,
after
yeah.
that,
You hear that,
like,
sister
I
number
just-
2?
I just well,
Talking
they
about
don't
you.
know which one is I'm talking about.
Yeah,
It's
I was
the
about
picky
to
food eater one.
Heather, Aaron, we don't know. Was it Heather? Was
Which
it Aaron?
one of you doesn't eat
This
stuff?
is the thing.
It was
You
Heather.
know who you are. Okay, there it is. It was Heather. There it is.
But
Called you
now,
out.
like
There
I
it is,
just
it's done.
order it how it is, and if there's onions on there, I don't like raw onions, but I'll order it how it comes. Like the other,
then
like
pick
just
it off.
yesterday,
Because
just
you
yesterday,
get
I
it,
ordered a
right.
coney dog, and there was onions all over it,
Right.
and it was just way too much.
Was
So
it
I took 'em
onions or
off.
sauerkraut? Was it onions?
There was both.
Okay,
Ooh,
but
that
it wasn't
is
even
too
a hot
much.
dog. You ordered a Coney Island hot dog, but you asked me about it, and you were like, "Is this? Where did you get it from?" Because I don't think we got it from the same place.
There was hot dog places right next to it. And
Right.
we're talking about
Wolfstock 2019, baby.
We
We met Bobby T.
There was only like 3 places to get food, and the regular hot dogs were right
Charlie.
next to the other hot dogs.
Yeah.
I found out after I was about halfway done. I'm like, this doesn't taste like a hot dog. It was a vegan hot dog.
Vegan hot dogs?
Yeah.
There's
that's
one
how
of
they
those
get
downtown
you.
Orlando,
And I
but
like-
they're delicious.
I don't think he was prepared for it.
Okay.
That's what I think it was.
Okay.
No. This was not delicious.
Okay.
This was not. Like,
The
I
how
was
they
so
get you.
hungry.
It's good.
I was so hungry. I was just trying to get it down.
Right,
And
right.
it was not good.
Okay.
It was not. I went
He
back,
didn't
I
look
went,
like he was
So
enjoying
they're
it.
not a sponsor.
No.
Understood.
No.
Gotcha.
And
We don't know who it was, which is great.
And
It
We
was
washed
Heather.
that disgustingness down
It
with
was
a Bud
Heather.
Light, and it was way better.
It was Heather's. It was
Heather's
Heather's Vegans
dog.
hot dogs.
Heather's hot dogs.
It's
But then
Heather's fault
right,
tonight.
Then right next door, I went up to the lady and I was like, "Yo, are these real hot
He
dogs?"
did that eye roll too. Like
These
you guys
were-
can't
That
see
was
that.
so
You might
powerful.
have seen that eye roll, but I felt that eye roll
I
over
felt
here,
it
bro.
That was
Are
You almost
these
knocked me out of my chair.
Real hot dogs?
and they were half as much. Like they were cheaper. They were way cheaper.
Well, thank you.
okay.
If it's
Like
not a
the
real
real-
hot dog, I don't want to pay
listen,
as much as a real hot
you get
dog.
what you pay for. I'm just
Oh
gonna
my
throw it out there.
goodness.
It
Do you know
better
what
be.
vegan hot dogs are made out of usually? Should I tell them?
No,
Knock it
no.
out.
Do you not know?
I
It's
don't.
not anything disgusting. You'll probably be amazed.
Plants.
Do you guys know?
Carrots. Usually it's carrots.
Okay.
Mush.
Because
Awesome.
they take on the same shape, and
Sure.
it's just what they season them in that
Really?
makes them supposedly taste
Listen,
like
you're
hot dogs.
you're Peisenberg, bro. You would know before we would know.
That's my new pizza.
That's-
Vegan hot dog pizza.
Well,
Don't
we won't
say
be going
that.
to
Oh,
Tornatorias
It was
anytime
not.
soon.
It was not good.
That's how you
It didn't
ruin a
taste
good
like
thing.
carrots, and it didn't taste like a hot dog.
No.
Oh
I
man,
I threw the rest of it out. I was still hungry.
it was and to bring it full circle because I have to. We were not hungry after we left
Okay.
Chuck's Wagon.
Yeah.
We were not hungry. There was so much food. It was great.
We came
And
home with
the cool
17
thing was,
pounds
yeah,
of food.
we had teriyaki wings that weren't even on the menu, but Leslie, their head server, their number one girl, she was like, "Yo, you guys are doing these," and we were like, "Wings, yeah,
Yeah.
let's do wings."
Let's
We
eat
did
wings.
wings and tots.
Actually, we did wings on the Thursday night visits when I would come over to Davenport and we would jam a little bit.
Oh,
you would
yeah.
always like grill wings.
Thursday night
or
was like
cook
wings night. On the way
like-
back home from work, I would stop by Publix. What's up?
yeah, of course you did.
They just
Yeah.
keep coming up.
I
God.
did. It's
Are
true.
these, are these Publix wings?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, man, they were.
I'm
and they
in.
were awesome. So I got like 15, 16, whatever was in there, and I light the fire, and we would grill them up, and we would hang out and play music. And usually that was like that. I didn't have many guys' nights out, you know.
Right.
Like
That was your thing.
When you're busy with something like Funny to Informing or KitchenKillaz, it's 6-7 days a week.
Yeah.
So like to
Yeah.
have a night to go out to kind of chill and do that is very, very rare. You know, so he would come over on Thursday. We'd jam. We'd make wings. We would just kill it. You know, we would have a good time. And
And I think a
Once
portion
a
of
week.
that I was managing at Bonefish, so I didn't have like
Yeah.
a lot of time
yeah,
to do anything.
Yeah,
Or
you-
you go over there exhausted out
Yeah,
of your
yeah. Oh,
mind.
man.
Like
because
I got a
of
day off. I'm going to Davenport. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna have some wings. I'm gonna jam. I'm gonna hang out with Billy.
It's the
That's
it's the
it.
day to do.
And it's like
not
it was
much.
really
like a-
nice, man.
I'm not
It's like
looking
a
at bones
It's like
or
a
fish.
four.
All
It's
day.
like
Yeah,
a
no bones, no
4-hour
fish.
vacation, and then I went back.
So he's like, I'm done with that vacation ending. I want to do it forever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So right now he's been on a 2.5 year vacation, which has been great, but ups and downs. Been
Congrats
educational.
on that.
Oh man,
That's what I'm striving
it's been
for.
interesting, dude. It's and it's stuff like this. Like going to Chuck's Wagon last week, we didn't have a wrap up at all, but we got
Right.
to feature a brand
Yeah,
new
nothing
restaurant
on Monday, right?
Yeah, we got to feature a brand new restaurant. We got to meet Mike and meet the staff and meet Sheila and Keith and Leslie. Like everybody was just so awesome. They were so happy and they were so ambitious. Mike was the guy. He was their spokesperson. He was on the show talking about everything that they did. He was the guy.
Yeah.
He
and
was
that wasn't
the
even
guy to
planned.
have.
Like he was
He was the guy.
one talking.
Okay.
That
So-
was him, man.
There you go.
So he
and
was
he
the guy.
had
So
a
you
great
can see his
personality. He was
passion
excited, and
coming
he
through.
was the one making the food, which I thought
Okay.
was most certainly the best person to have on there. And he had a great personality.
That's awesome.
It was awesome, man. It
was
was a good Monday. And Tuesday, just like tomorrow, we're going to put up a poll at 12 o'clock. We did it last week as well. We had Walking Man, Elemental, Change the World, Africa, and Amber by 311. Change the World, of course, a little Eric Clapton for you, Africa by Toto, Amber by 311, Elemental and Walking Man by
What if I
KitchenKillaz.
wanted to hear
thought-
Africa?
I thought Africa was going to be a little bit more popular.
Yeah,
What if I wanted to hear Africa covered by Weezer, covered by you?
that's not a bad idea.
I mean, it's pretty much the same thing.
Now
Invite-
we're
invite-
now we're
I'm
breaking,
not a huge
now we're
fan of
breaking
their
cover
cover
Invite,
wall.
wall.
invite us to your
It's
kitchen.
the cover
Invite us
six
to your
wall.
kitchen, and you get to make a request.
All right.
That's the way it works,
Okay.
man.
You see?
It's just a thought. Maybe
Actually,
somebody
before
maybe
we
put that out
started
there.
this, we actually gave him a
Yeah,
choice.
Africa by
Like,
Weezer by KitchenKillaz.
Original.
Oh,
I
we-
like it.
You did.
We did
you
say original.
That
I
is
know.
true.
And it was funny.
We do.
It was
Yeah,
funny.
they did.
I was thinking
Yeah.
just
Just
like
say-
Collide. That's
All right.
So we
weird.
did. So last week we were at Castledor Studio. We played originals. The originals won Walkman and Elemental, which was awesome. And I really like. You got those songs up against Change the World, Africa, or Amber. It either says we're really good at originals or we're really bad at covers. I'm gonna lean on really good at originals. Hopefully that's what's going
think
on.
I've heard
I think
it
it's a
is
li-
that.
I think
the
it's a
That's-
little bit
placebo
of both.
effect again.
I think it's a little bit of both.
No, as a fan, it's
It's a
definitely-
50-50 thing.
it's definitely
Yeah.
that.
And it was so last Thursday we got to meet up with Tatiana from Wine for Oysters, and this Sunday is actually her 3-year anniversary month. So they celebrate
cool.
the month of their opening, and we're
Okay.
going in on Sunday. She's having a brunch. We're going to be doing a full feature at Tatiana's. We're going to feature all the food that she has, the wine that she has. She has this really cool gravity-fed coffee maker. We're going to feature that as well.
It looks like a chemistry set.
Oh,
I've
man.
seen
What?
those.
Yeah.
It's like a giant glass beaker.
Yes,
You're
yes.
like, yeah, Heisenberg makes coffee here?
Bingo.
Right?
Shelly got
Yeah,
a
he
time
does.
lapse of it. It's outstanding.
Okay.
So we're going to be there this coming Sunday. So we went last week just to see her again and see how
Cool.
she was doing again and have some food, which was really awesome.
She's just like, here, have some food. You're like, what are you ordering? What are you having? I'm like, I'm good. What are you having? Like, here.
Right.
Eat.
Well, you have
Where-
to pick
eat.
something.
Eat.
Right.
Yeah, so we
It's
get
rude not
to the
to
end of the
when
bill,
they're-
and it's
yeah.
like we got things to go and places to do. What? Yep. And I said yeah, well, we'll tap out whenever you're ready to rock and roll. And she's like, don't worry about it. You guys are good. You don't have a bill. And I was
Ooh,
like,
that's the best food.
At first, I felt guilty for ordering so much food because I got the tacos, and then I got like the seafood bowl that they have.
You
Starving.
fat piece of what is that?
You're like, I hope
was-
this
he
is
was
free.
pretty hungry when
Lobster
I
and
was
steak.
So starving. Is this filet?
I'll also have a Cabernet.
What is that?
So we got to hang out with Tatiana last Thursday. We'll be back there this Friday, and then it was Friday.
Where is that?
Wine
exactly?
for Oysters. It's right off of Alafan in.
Oh, right here in
if you
Orlando.
yeah. It's
Oh.
15 minutes away.
Okay.
I thought it was. You don't mean
yeah,
wine for
yeah.
oysters in Kansas City?
Well, no, there could be like it could
Right
be
here
in
in
a
Orlando, John.
That's
Anderson says.
June. We're headed there in
The-
June.
Ah, cool.
Kansas
Yeah.
City in
Good to see
June.
you
Wine
guys
for Oysters.
growing.
We're coming to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Is
Second
that
location.
Kansas City Royals? We're excited to see a baseball game with the Royals.
If you
Yeah.
want.
If you so in Orlando, if you take Lake Underhill to Alafan, you head away from UCF, make a right. It's a couple minutes down the left-hand side on Publix Plaza.
Always head away from UCF.
Oh no, that's not nice. You can't finish under construction forever.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
How many acronyms exist?
Procrastination level.
Listen, it's a very high education level, and not a lot of people can do it, and not a lot of people can do it anyway. Like they just go to college and they're like, "This isn't for me." Party, 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 and you're done.
Yep.
And then thank you for your money.
You're drummed out.
That's the way they work.
Yeah,
So it's
that's how I did it.
Wine for Oysters is right down the road. We're going to be there this Sunday. We went there last Thursday, which was really cool. It was good to see Tatiana again. Then we blink our eyes. It's Friday. We're at Zach and Alyssa's from Castledor Studios.
That was really fun.
We
That was
crashed
really
their
fun.
kitchen
Checked
last
in,
Friday.
I saw,
we
yeah.
had Michelle Hess here from Utah. Michelle's been with the KitchenKillaz for quite some time now. She's been an excellent person. She's shared and liked and commented and engaged. She's just worked really hard to try to hook us up with. She's even made labels and stickers and some really, really cool stuff. Just
Thank you
super,
for the
super
stickers.
passionate, man.
That's cool. It's
And,
cool when
and
you're
she made a cake. What did she make today? What is it called?
Brownies?
No, it's
I wonder if
hot fudge pudding cake.
it was hot fudge pudding cake.
no way. Are you not making that up?
No,
Hot fudge
no,
pudding cake.
I was right. Was I right?
Good.
You're right.
Job.
Good.
The Amazing
Wow.
Peisenberg.
Have you guys seen the movie The Usual Suspects? Because I just did it off your board.
Yeah.
Oh.
Enjoy your hot
Oh, there it
fudge.
is.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, you guys
Coleman.
haven't met my brother Dilly and his friend Killaz?
Get out of here. So we were at Zach and Alyssa's last Friday. We had the mad scientist there as well. He lit things on fire, which is awesome.
And then
Dennis
he,
Cutter's the
and
man.
then he toasted.
He toasted
Peeps-
Frankenstein.
Peeps Frankenstein.
It was a Frankenstein Peeps
on
marshmallow.
the flame that was on the drink.
On the
dude.
151.
What?
Oh,
What?
sweet.
Oh, that was
and then
pretty
you like
dope.
the whole
le-
151.
Oh man, like
Yeah.
the menu last Friday. We got to go over it. It has some great stuff in it. We had Zach and Alyssa. We had the mad scientist Michelle Hess joined us as well. We did hummus, buffalo chicken dip, spinach artichoke dip, and to get it started. Like
Yeah.
little snacks
Yeah.
and stuff like that, which was cool.
It's a wide variety of just
Oh man, we had
Not even real food
a
yet.
vegan fall lentil soup, which was outstanding. That was
what
incredible.
What is
Did it
fall
come with-
lentil?
did it
Vegan
have
fall
hot
lentil
dogs?
soup.
Did you have any vegan hot dogs on there?
No, the Commodore
No,
wouldn't
you
allow
don't-
that
You
to
don't
be.
want no vegan
Oh,
hot
you
dogs
did, but
up
the
in this.
Commodore
It was a
threw 'em in the
precursor.
garbage.
It was a
Got it.
Get that
precursor,
out of
and
here.
then lo and behold, he got one on Sunday anyway.
Right?
Like it's Final
It was a
Destiny of the
precursor.
vegan hot dog, bro.
He knew.
Listen,
we
I'm,
knew it was coming.
I'm a
You
huge
cannot
proponent.
stop it.
I'm a huge proponent of the vegan diet.
The vegan hot
I
dog
will-
is coming
I
for your
don't-
mouth.
I don't think I'll ever be fully vegan because I really love cheeseburgers.
Put your carrots
and
away.
apparently, vegan hot dogs are disgusting.
Okay,
So
at least that one. That one was.
That one too.
that one was.
That one
man,
was.
That was terrible.
Shouldn't have outsourced for the
He's
food.
He's
Oh
affected
my
by
God.
this, guys. Okay.
He's not going to let it down, and
Sounds
I
fine.
like, I like bringing
so
it back up. It's
hungry.
funny.
I was so hungry, Chris.
Oh
Dang.
man,
I'm looking at you. I believe it.
we had well.
No,
goodness
it's fine.
gracious.
My partner's a skinny boy.
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
It's
we're
fine.
being both of us. Both of us are
It's
pretty.
fine. Hey, I'm just hating
are
because I'm
pretty
fat. It's
skinny.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
And that was one of those very, very
That's
rare
awesome.
few times
That's
where
awesome.
it sucked to be skinny.
Yeah,
it doesn't anymore.
I can imagine it
Oh
never
man,
sucks.
that was a so yeah. We had the vegan lentil fall soup, vegan fall lentil soup. One of those, which was outstanding. It was awesome, full of flavor, great seasonings. We had spam musubi, which was rice that Zach had made, and he took seaweed paper, and he took spam, and he took the spam, put it in soy sauce, I believe, and it was a soy sauce of it was a mixture. What was it? No, say it. You have a microphone.
It was
You're
soy
he's
sauce.
playing charades over
Yeah,
here.
no, I
no,
thought
you
you were
didn't
gonna.
wanna step on
I
him.
wanted you to get it.
Knock
I
it out.
wanted you
Knock
to
it
get
out.
it.
I wouldn't have gotten brown sugar. That's right.
You just said it.
You just said it.
I said it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said it.
I didn't hear him say it. I thought he just pulled it out of the air. I didn't hear him say it. I was like, he didn't say brown sugar. You knew it the whole time.
Brown sugar.
Goad him into it.
It was brown sugar and soy sauce. And when he just kept basting them basically in a
Okay.
saute
Put it
pan,
in
so
a
it was
shallow
like
saute
it was
pan.
like
while he's
it
cooking.
was
Yeah.
lightly sauteed.
Okay.
Just lightly basting
and
the
then
spam.
basting the
Sounds
top
amazing.
with brown sugar soy sauce, so it caramelized on the
Yeah.
outside of the spam.
It sounds heavily Hawaiian.
It is. It's
Because
specifically Hawaiian.
Okay, because Hawaiians
is.
love spam.
He is
My
Hawaiian.
grandfather was
Do you know
Hawaiian.
why?
I'm sure I probably had that as a kid.
you
Why
know
do
why?
why do they like spam? Where does the spam thing come from?
Yeah, well, why?
Why? Tell us, Chris.
War rations, World War II.
Nice.
Am I right?
That's
I'm
right.
pretty good at Jeopardy.
It's vague.
That's the story that
It's
we
vague.
heard.
They
No,
washed.
no.
They washed up from.
The story that we heard was
they washed up war rations.
war.
That's my answer to everything.
War rations are correct.
Okay.
Yeah, stay there.
World War something.
Stay there.
You got that. There were deliveries of food and heavy proteins to the islands of Hawaii that the U.S. would drop in cans from the planes.
So it was like aid for the Hawaiians.
Correct.
This is from
Okay.
World War II.
Right.
From
Pearl
World
Harbor.
War II.
I said WW2.
War rations from
Dub,
World War
dub,
II.
two.
You got
I
it.
said it.
So they would drop it on the island, but it was spam.
Oh, I didn't put it in the form of a question.
No.
Shh.
I would have.
Yeah,
I would have
what
remembered
is-
Dub Dub 2.
Yeah, what is
I don't remember
say
Dub Dub too. I don't remember saying that. I mean, I think he inferred it, but I don't remember that.
I would have remembered that.
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor.
Dub Square. So they dropped rations of food, and it was in the form of spam because everything is in the can, and you take it out and you get that.
preservable. Yep, it's
Which is
can
crazy.
shaped meat.
Oh,
Yep.
Please don't do that. Again.
Oh,
That
it was pretty
sound.
good, wasn't it? It was pretty good. It was
It
fairly
was a good
accurate.
sound, but it was like, ugh.
There you go.
It was like,
Ooh.
what is this?
Thank you, John.
That's the sound of making vegan hot dogs.
And it's
Little known
actually
fact.
it's pretty equivalent to the taste.
That's pretty close.
Mushy carrots.
So he took the spam, he cut it up in 13, 14 long slices. He did it with the brown sugar and the soy sauce in the saute pan,
awesome.
and then he took a plastic hollow frame. He packed it with half rice. Then he put the spam. Then he put more rice, and he wrapped it in seaweed paper, which was awesome. It was incredible.
They were these little bricks.
It was tasty. It was
of-
filling. Great
of-
ratios.
seaweed.
And you eat,
rice,
like, with a
and
fork?
moose soup.
Do
no.
we have one? We're gonna
It's
snag
like a
one.
burrito.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh,
we'll show
yeah.
you, man. It
Yep,
was
yep.
it was really awesome, and it's a traditional Hawaiian meal that a dish that they make.
Right, like
and
a
so
side
that's
or
why
an
he
add.
wanted to.
Okay.
That's why he wanted to do that. And he had a plate. We had brick after brick after brick. There was probably
He had. There was at least 15 there.
minimum. Oh yeah, on
There
two.
was
Yeah,
no 3 rows of 4 and then 3 on top. That's 15.
yeah.
Yeah,
That was
It
so
was
good.
Wow.
It was so heavy.
And how many people?
I'd say maybe 10.
I didn't.
We
I
had
didn't
about-
need
okay,
more.
so
I
that's
didn't need more
doable.
than one.
Yeah.
Cool. I
I
just
did
can't wait
not.
for you to talk about those cookies.
Dude,
I saw those. I
dude.
was watching
Alyssa,
Musubi!
listen,
Oh, that's cool. It's like
This is
Hawaiian
one.
sushi.
Yeah, this is one. So wrapped in seaweed paper with the rice on the top,
spam
rice
in
on the
there?
bottom, and then the spam right
yeah,
in the
you
middle.
only need one.
Dude, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly you only need
yeah.
one. Oh yeah, there it is, baby, right there for your face. Spam musubi.
I kinda wanna eat that.
So it was so we had some awesome food, man. It was
That's
really
cool.
good.
That's cool.
And I'm glad we had that. But yes, Dr. Alyssa Rose opened it up with these super tasty cookies, and it was unfair.
It was one of those times. There's been many
was
times
mean.
where like we're standing in the kitchen and we're right next to the oven or something, and they open the oven and whatever's cooking in there just like wafts
Right in your
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
right in the
It
middle
wants
of a
to
Right in your
saw or
face.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it happened like at the beginning of the show,
Ugh.
and then cookies came up. We weren't even going to
Yeah,
talk
it's
about
like
cookies.
cookies on
We were like,
X-Hamster.
all right, we're
Oh,
talking
right.
about cookies
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, then you can't even focus.
Yeah,
It's
you
like-
blow a
real.
cord.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it's over.
My name's Cord.
Like
It's- oh my god.
you get.
Dibs on first.
I don't even know what I was going to say.
Oh
now.
man,
Sorry.
We had the mad
He's
scientist
the
was there
cookie
as
smell.
well. He created the cemetery cake, which was incredible. It was the double layer chocolate cake, fudge cake with a cream cheese center,
Holy
and then
shit.
on the outside he decorated it with all these different kinds of Halloween-esque kind of snacks that you would find in the aisle. So we had little like marshmallow pumpkins, like jack-o'-lanterns.
Jack-o'-lanterns.
Like on the sides, and then he had on the corners he had purple peep cats, and on the other sides
Okay.
he had the what are they called, the pirouettes
Pirouettes.
Okay.
pirouettes.
I was gonna say, don't
Piro-
say candy
Pirouettes.
corn.
Like the candy that looks like a spiral stick.
It's not candy.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
It's like a cookie.
Cookie.
It's
Pirouette
like
thing.
a
Yeah,
pirouette.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So and on top
It's a
of it,
ballet
he
move
had
and a
he had
cookie.
2 different kinds of cookies to be headstones, and on the headstones he
that's
had
cool.
This is good.
Blockbuster Video,
This is good.
AOL.
I love
Vine.
it.
I like
Vine.
that.
Like, he just had
That
all
is
of
good.
these. He
That's
used
so cool.
green powdered sugar to make it look like grass, and then
Grass.
he used a little bit of green like icing right up against the tombstone, so it looked like the tombstone was buried in the grass,
grass?
into the cake. And
That is
inside the
genius.
cake,
Super
he
creative.
had gummy worms. So when you cut
in the
into
dirt. Yeah.
and you open it up, there were gummy worms in there.
Oh my god,
It was
See, that's
brilliant,
intricate. I could
and it was
never.
delicious.
And it was delicious. Let's
Oh,
not
Sounds
forget
amazing.
that.
I mean, no offense
Oh,
to
dude.
them, but Publix ain't got shit on that.
No, Publix can't match that.
No.
I mean,
Publix is a
we
good
love
cake.
you, Publix. You need to hire the mad
They've got,
scientist.
Yeah,
they've
you're
got,
right, you're
they've
right.
got quality products and a really great style of baking, I guess.
It's true.
But their creativity.
But nothing
right.
for like the
Lacks.
war
You're
shows,
right.
like
You're
those TV war shows. Publix couldn't do anything.
Are
I
we
don't
still
think,
talking
for
about
those.
spam?
You know,
Are we talking about
well,
Dub Dub 2?
no,
Rations?
for like cake wars or? I was thinking more like cupcake wars or cake wars.
Oh, not actual wars.
Oh,
no.
that would be
Okay.
interesting. The Mad Scientist versus Publix Bakery.
Yeah.
Oh.
If we could find somebody in Publix Bakery that would be down for that, how cool would that be?
I
If
know
we
a
can have
couple
Publix
people that work
sponsor-
in Publix bakeries.
Will?
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Send me a message because we'll forget.
That's
and then
it. That's
I'll follow
that's
up.
very true. That's one of the reasons that Shelly's so awesome. And she's like,
See,
hey, by
yeah.
the way, you came up with this brilliant idea 3 days ago that you're going to forget about.
If
'cause
we
you
want to
guys are
remember
idiots.
anything, he'll say, text it to me. That way it's like it's somewhere in
It's
my
physical,
files
yeah,
of
you can,
written
like,
down
look at it.
somewhere.
You can hold it and look
what-
at it and be like, there it is.
Hey, here's a potential show title, or here's something, whatever little
Sure.
note we need to
I
send.
remember
text it to
building
me.
blocks. I won't
Yeah.
forget that one.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
so the
Yellow Lego.
There we go, baby. Bing. The drink that was created that we lit on fire. It was spiced rum, white rum, Kraken rum, pineapple juice, papaya juice, and 151.
Oh, that sounds. I love rum and juice drinks.
Yeah.
And on top, he had a slice of orange, not a wedge. And the slice of orange, so it sat on top, and
Okay.
it kind of sat on top of the
Held
ice.
the peep?
And it held the 151.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So it acted as like a little bit of a filter between all the other
Okay.
ingredients, and then the 151 floated on top of the orange. So when he lit it, the orange lit on fire.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then he held
And then he
the
burned the
Frankenstein
peeps?
peep, who's green, like it was Frankenstein's head, like rah, and like held it over there, and he toasted the marshmallow.
Okay.
Or he toasted the peep. No, it was a Frankenstein marshmallow. He toasted it from the fire of
I was
the
gonna
drink.
say if it's a peep, that's the
Oh,
only
man.
thing.
No,
to do
no,
with
it
those
was
things
it was
is
a peep because there was
burn.
sugar on the outside. Because
Just
as soon
burn
as
them.
it started
Peeps are
burning, it made
good.
that like hissing sound.
Yeah, see,
Okay.
I'm gonna say marshmallow with sugar on the outside because I don't really like peeps.
Yeah, peeps are gross.
Yeah, they are.
No.
It was a green Frankenstein marshmallow.
Yeah, it was a green Frankenstein marshmallow with sugar on the outside.
Frankenmellow.
Peeps are not gross.
It was a Frankenmellow.
It's
Basically,
basically
If you say you like candy
basically-
corn,
I'm
I'll
leaving
kick you
right
out of your
now.
own house.
I
No,
swear.
I'm staying. Candy corn lovers leave.
I like candy corn too.
Wow.
What? Come
I was
on.
kidding.
What?
Come on.
Way
I
to
don't
call
know.
my bluff. I
What's-
won't kick you out of your own
I don't
house.
understand
You're more
what's
than
wrong
welcome
with
to
that.
stay.
What's going on with you? over
Nobody
there?
likes that. He's being being
Think he's
facetious.
being a
gotta
troll
be
right
messing.
now.
He's gotta be
trolling.
messing.
He's live trolling.
What are you saying?
Nobody
He's
likes
saying he
candy
likes
corn.
peeps and candy corn?
Yeah. No.
John
No
says
such thing.
nobody likes candy
No,
corn.
no, 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 no.
I think I'm just the only one that has the balls to admit either one of those.
Is that what it is?
Oh.
Oh man.
I
All
would be
these
proud of it
stupid
if I
games.
liked
you
them.
if you hit the hell trifecta of black licorice, we can't be friends.
Oh God, no.
Okay, thank
Okay.
God.
That-
Oh God, no.
That's
Okay.
the line. That's the
Hell
line.
no.
Okay.
Man.
Now we
Shall
know
we
where it
stop?
is.
Hell no.
Okay.
The arrangement here would have come to a brutal end
Yeah,
if he had said, I
geez.
don't even want to imagine what would have happened.
Don't
if you,
even
if
bring
you
that
just
in this
accepted it.
house.
Way to devolve.
Man,
Yeah.
let me tell you.
Have you guys-
However, the
Did I
fact
just-
is,
did
he
I
said
just-
no, so we're good.
Yeah, he's
Did
fine.
I just
So we're
save our
good.
friendship?
Yeah, you saved everything. You saved
did.
everything.
You saved
I
respect
just
for
saved
the
my
world.
Oh man, it would have been crazy.
Good thing I don't
terrified
like
of what would have
licorice.
happened. It was so Saturday we had a very rare day of not KitchenKillaz stuff, which was nice because we had 2 shows on Sunday. Saturday I spent time at the real job, the day job. Doing what's called an exchange migration to an Office 365 cloud solution, which was awesome. Not really.
Can you make it sound
Yeah.
boring though?
yeah.
It sounds awesome,
it was
bro.
a lot of fun, but it's not like I kept thinking
It's
I'm
like
having
the
so much
digital
fun. This is
version
so
of
much
Rip
fun.
Ride Rocket, right?
Oh, yeah, I don't play
I
that.
knew it.
I
I knew it.
almost fell asleep.
Oh man, Saturday was so much fun. I was so just super geeked out by what was going on, but I realized it's my Saturday. I
Right.
just want to chill, man.
That's
I'm
cool.
just ready to chill. So
Yeah.
I went in at 8:30 and I got back at 7:30, which was the whole day. And I got back, I was
Way
like,
to chill.
man, I need to that's 6 days just
You need to
straight.
chill.
I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, at least we have tomorrow off.
2 shows.
No, 2 shows, which is great, and I had a great time.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, cool. What do we have to do Monday? Monday should be an easy night. We got those crackheads from Funny to
I was
Informing.
gonna
They're
say
coming
yeah,
over.
well, and it's
I'm
to make
fat.
up-
I can't be a crackhead.
You guys-
Talking about John. Just somebody's got to point it out.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you, people try to sell it to me all the time because they think that when
Yep.
they look at me, they're just like,
They're
"Oh
like,
yeah, he
clearly-
definitely."
We
Clearly
stop
you're
at a lot of
skinny.
sketchy
Yeah.
gas stations.
Then they walk by, they walk next to me, and they're like, "I got crack," and I'm like, "I don't care." Like, what do you think?
I'm like, quit
Why do I-
profiling. I'm the crackhead. How much?
yeah.
Oh, you're running
my
deals?
Oh my
Meet me at
god!
Pump 7.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, because you guys didn't have a Monday wrap up last week, we doubled down this week, and we're going extra hard. Plus, we haven't seen each other in a long time.
It's
and I
been a
think
while,
that's-
man.
We
that's
actually,
partially why.
it was cool. You asked about our year a little bit, and the last time we saw you guys, congrats to you guys also, was at the Best of Orlando event.
Oh yeah,
Where we
yeah,
were,
that's
where
right.
we were
Partied
all
hard there,
nominated,
too.
and we partied really hard.
that was cool,
night.
man. That was
cool
a fun
time.
night. It was really great people to be around.
Right?
Like, what a great crowd to be just
Yeah.
involved in. So many creative people and just awesome people. People
Yeah.
were just, and it was so great to see so many people that we were friends with.
Yeah.
That we were in the same vein of
was-
entertainment with.
That was what was cool for me. Like we saw you guys. We saw a bunch of other people
Yeah.
that we've
That
been
you
involved
know
with,
personally
like,
and or
yeah.
have worked with.
Oh,
yeah.
Through
I don't know.
doing what you do.
I don't know what
Yeah.
Billy was doing, but the three of us left it for a second to walk to one of our cars.
We got some
in
fresh
the
air.
town. And
Yeah, we
then
got some
and,
fresh
and then we
air.
walked back an
Fresh
hour
air.
later.
I heard about
freshest.
this fresh air trip.
We went on an adventure. It was fine. We had. It was fine.
I
That was
heard
it.
good time.
about
We
the
were
fresh air
we
trip.
were looking for you, and then we went to the photo
Oh,
booth.
yeah.
And we did the photo booth.
We were looking-
for
we were looking for you the whole
We
time.
were
Where
looking
you?
for him
At
to
our
leave.
car.
We were like, "Oh, Billy's peeing.
place
Let's
is
go."
huge.
We're out of here.
The place is
Surprise,
huge.
surprise! He's eating more wings. Let's go, let's go. Red team go, red team
It
go.
was a big party.
You know who had great sandwiches there? Publix.
Publix, Pub subs,
did
baby.
Shout out.
Man, they just keep coming up.
I'm just saying, man. That was,
Sponsor us all.
It was
Publix.
a
You
really
got
good
the
time.
money?
Like Saturday we kind of took it easy, which was good. Sunday we were at Wolfstock 2019, which was super cool, man. We were out in Carrollwood / Tampa area.
Yeah, you said that
Okay.
earlier, and it went
Yeah.
over my head. What's Wolfstock?
Wolfstock was an event yesterday that was, I'd say, maybe 24 tents of all different rescue companies that help rescue puppies and bring them and and
I thought you were
help them
saying
heal.
Wolfstock, like
Wolf,
the
WOOF.
Wolfman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
It was-
I
it
was
was-
thinking
it was
There were
wolf.
13 different wolves,
Wolf,
and you
wolf.
had to fight each one of them.
One remains.
Yeah,
You guys made it out. Good
yeah,
to know.
that's it. And
Okay.
we also have a new puppy.
No,
So
no,
it was it was called Wolfstock, WOOF.
Okay.
We have a wolf, not really.
You have
He's
a
in the
wolf
Harry
puppy.
Potter room. Yeah. with the
I love the
mongoose.
Harry Potter room. I can't go in there though. I'll hit my head.
Yeah, there's
No-
literally a
no
door
more dogs.
upstairs. Look at that.
No more dogs.
Yeah, that's where they put me when I don't settle down.
Sometimes
They're
I
like,
just-
you're going in the Harry Potter room,
They
Floyd.
have like a half door, guys.
Yeah,
You
I got a little
don't
Nintendo
go
in there. It's nice, a little mini fridge.
When you say certain
not
things,
bad.
I think you're lying, but like everything you've said so far has been real. So there
Yeah.
probably is.
That's the plan.
There probably isn't. I'm just aware.
There's plenty of rations in there too. That's where
So
we
we we got beans and water.
That's where we
From
keep our
WW2.
No, that's our hurricane relief.
Yeah, my
Okay.
kennel's in there, so just in case I get too
Yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Get out
He
of line.
shares- he
People
shares
like
with
different
Luke.
things. People like
Okay.
different things. Luke smells right now. He's got to get a bath. I got to get his nails cut. I'm just saying, he's stinky puppy. He played hardcore yesterday. Him and Leia. We brought Himalaya.
It's a great app. Check
yeah,
it out.
right.
Our
We brought
podcast is there.
Luke and Leia to Wolfstock 2019 yesterday. We got to hang out with Bob T, who is the musician and the MC of the day. So he provided all the sound equipment. Super awesome dude.
So fun hanging out with him.
Incredible. It was
Yeah.
kind of fun because the very first song that he played was one of our songs that we then could not play.
We just learned. We just learned on.
We debuted
Thursday.
it on Friday.
We learned. I learned it
Yeah.
on Thursday.
Okay.
We played it for the first
we've
time on
known it.
Friday.
It was Duncan Sheik.
I am barely breathing.
Barely Breathing.
Oh yeah, it's a great
I
song.
can't
Yeah, yeah.
find
So I
the
learned it on
air.
Thursday.
Okay.
We played it on Friday for the Friday night show, and then
We were going to play it on
and
Sunday.
we were going to play it
Right.
on Sunday because like it's a good song. It's
Right.
got great harmonies. I love the harmonies.
Yeah,
So you
we
guys
brought
are
some
excited to
You
play
guys
it.
would kill
And
it.
we're getting
Stoked
there.
stars.
We're setting up our
Excited.
tent, and this
Bob
awesome
T.
guy that
You're
we
like, hey,
really
buddy,
enjoyed
next
hanging
time
out with.
check the writer because there's a set list
Oh,
in
man.
it too. Buddy.
So when we finish our
Also, I
when
found a
we
green
finished
M&M,
our
you're
first
fired.
set, yeah, exactly,
knew
zero
it.
green
Knew
M&Ms.
it.
After we played our first set, he comes on the stage so we can do the change out. He goes, "Well, I guess I can't play that song." And I was like, "Oh, did we play a song you were going to play?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, congratulations.
Okay.
That's how it
And I
works.
was
That's
like,
karma, baby."
You fired first, buddy. Sorry, man.
So it was
Shots
it was
fired.
awesome.
I love it.
Bob was really great. Corey from TampaPets.org worked with Jen Hogan. They're the ones that got us out there. So we got to kind of hang out all day yesterday at Wolfstock 2019. There were little tiny baby 6-week-old puppies, and there were some big 200-pound Great Dane
Oh.
puppies. All of
it
them
had to be
were
hard
really
not
great,
to come
man.
home with a dog.
I know, it's so hard
They
to say
had
no.
one little tiny puppy that
Nobody
looked
took
just
girlfriends,
like
right?
Leia.
That's how.
Yeah, that's how.
That's how.
That's how I got
Girlfriends
to.
stayed home.
Yeah, that's how I got to. I was interested in one, and the girl that I was dating at the time, she's like, "Well, he has a sister," and I'm like, "I guess we're getting two," which is great because I love them and they're here. And
Right.
yesterday I saw a mini version of Leia.
Oh, no way.
Like as soon as I walked by, I saw her. I'm like, that is almost exactly what Leia looked like
As a puppy.
Oh,
right.
such a cute little. And I think when we got Leia, Luke and Leia were 6 weeks old. We fostered them, and then we adopted them at 8 weeks. And these
Okay.
yesterday were 8 weeks old. Just, I mean, about the size
Oh,
of my
man.
hand.
Really, they were that small at
Yeah,
8 weeks. Wow.
they were
Okay.
tiny, man. They were little. I think they're going to be little dogs anyway. And she told us they were part Schnauzer and part Dachshund, I believe. So
Oh,
they were
yeah, it's
already
on the
going to be
smaller
small
side.
form.
Could
Yeah.
they be more German?
Right? Probably. We're not going to go there.
They were a third schnitzel.
I don't think it was
The
Dachshund.
Wiener Schnitzel. Yeah, I believe so. It was a combination
Talking
of
about
two.
WW2.
Dub 2?
Dub
Dub,
2.
dub,
Dub,
That's
dub,
right,
dub,
baby.
dub, dub,
So
dub.
we were there yesterday at Wolfstock. Bob T was absolutely awesome. He gave us one of the. He only has 9 of his original albums left. Of all the albums that he printed, he only has 9, and he's very, very sparing. So at the end of the set, we just grooved with Bob. Bob was so awesome. The Commodore hopped up on stage a couple times and sang some harmonies with Bob.
He gave me
Okay.
permission. He's
Yeah,
like,
he invited the Commodore up. He's like,
you
"Hey,
guys
man,
do
cool."
harmonies." I'm like, and he's like,
I was like,
"That's
"That's your
the
harmony
Commodore."
guy right there, baby."
Right.
He's like, "If you want to jump up there, hear your song or whatever, like just jump up there." And I did it. I did it a couple times.
First set, we were actually unloading, and I was like, "Hey, I think this is what was the first song
it
you
was
sang?"
it was barely breathing.
Yeah,
It was barely- 'cause we
like,
had
I was like,
chatted-
"This is Duncan Sheik,"
Oh.
Right.
and Jay goes,
Well, I know the harmonies. I just did the harmonies 2 days
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah,
right,
I was
right.
about-
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
we're unloading, and I'm like, I'm trying to unload. And Billy's like, "Go do your thing."
I'm like, "Go do your thing, man. I got this. I got this, bro. It's good. I got
Yeah,
this."
that's
Yeah,
cool.
he killed it, man. Bob was really, really awesome. He gave us one of the 9 last albums that he has, and he was like, "Thank you guys so much."
That's
he goes,
cool.
He just grooved. The energy was awesome. We had a great day yesterday. Wolfstock 2019 was awesome. I'm excited. I hope we get invited back next year. We made a great team. Corey and Kelly both worked really hard.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that we're gonna hear from Bob T before next year.
I hope so. I was like, "Bro, let's crash your kitchen,
I
man.
think
You
so.
can
That's cool.
Like, join us
I
on some
think so.
tunes, man.
Right.
We'll have a good time."
You know, matter of fact, we need to find him on Facebook. You friends with him on Facebook yet?
Not yet. No,
You're
no.
friends with everybody, bro.
No, I didn't have time to Facebook at all today. I
Okay.
did 0 Facebooking.
Yeah.
I did
You
putting
gotta
tiny.
have those days.
That's
Yeah,
actually the
man.
first time you messaged us and you were like, "Yo,
I was like,
I need you guys to
listen.
do some stuff for me.
listening, would you guys mind doing this, and this? Like, I have not even had a moment to touch
Right.
social media. Like,
Try to delegate or-
I'm
right.
buried right now.
Right.
And they did. Next thing I know, I just started seeing notifications and posts of what was going on. I was having
Okay.
you guys on, like just trying to make sure, because we had been promoting it, but you want to hit it the day of.
Yeah,
You know,
I was halfway over here, and
Nice.
then I realized I didn't have the address, or like I thought I did, and then I was looking, and I was like, it's not
Yeah,
here.
you're like,
Go
hey man,
on-
what's your address? I'm like,
get on
okay.
408.
I was
I'm
like,
like,
yeah.
all right, here you go.
Oh, yeah, no,
I'm
we
a
were already in the
last-minute
car
guy
and on the
myself.
way over. Yeah.
I knew which
Do
direction
you know where
I
we're
had
going?
to
No,
head,
do
but-
you know where we're going? Do you have an address? Do you
I
have
mean, I
an
know the
address?
direction in which we were going, in which I led him, and then luckily
Then-
your teammate from Pennsylvania
Jen
filled
Hogan.
us in locally on where
Jen
to go.
Hogan, what up?
Yeah, way to save the day, Jen Hogan.
Yeah, man.
Haven't
we
you
love
been
you, Jen
here
Hogan.
before?
Yeah,
Alright.
but
Yeah.
it was somewhere. Again, I don't know if you like texted it to me.
Area
if
kind
you-
of.
I don't know in what form I
Yeah.
got the address.
Some
so-
social media.
You're
and
silly.
I would have to find. I would have to
Text.
look at so many apps and then scroll back so far to see
Just
where it
re-ask.
was.
Just ask
re-ask,
again.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I
And then you
I
send it
support
to
that
me, and then
100%.
boom, one touch maps.
Yep.
Apples and
He'll
That's it,
he'll
baby.
he'll probably never forget, but for me, directions are like
Yeah,
in one ear and out the other.
John is-
I'll never
If
remember.
if I'm looking at
Never.
a navigation system to get somewhere, I won't ever remember it. But if
yeah?
if I'm like
I gotcha.
watching the road
Mhm.
and someone's telling me where to turn,
Right.
that's completely different
Gotcha.
for me.
Right.
I don't know how.
It's more tactile, I feel like,
Yeah,
because you're
yeah,
looking
yeah.
at it in reality.
yeah,
as opposed
I'll
to
pull into a
on
gas
paper.
station at a 4-way stop and then not know which direction we were headed or which
We'll
direction
come
we're
back
going.
out the same.
I've been there.
same
You too,
exit
Billy.
we
Okay.
I'm like,
entered in,
I'm
and
like,
he
did I
goes,
make a right to get in here? Did
I
I
make
make
a
a
left,
left
right?
to
And
get
I'm
in
like,
here?
dude,
It's
we
like
made
as
a
soon
right
as you
to get
as soon
in.
as you walk
You
in the
gotta make a
store,
right to leave.
you black
I
out,
don't know
and then
how
you
I-
walk back out.
yeah.
You're like, where is my
I just
car?
wanted a Red Bull.
What did I
I
do?
wanted a Red Bull and some Twin Snakes. Now I don't know where I am
John
anymore.
lives his
Swear.
life in
That's
that
what happens
haze,
when you're on the road.
and I try to, and that's again our balance, our chemistry. John lives his life in that haze, and I try to be a little more organizational as much as I can be.
Sure.
Yeah,
So
I don't know
feel
nothing.
It's a good balance, man.
We,
That's
yeah,
good.
we kind of balance each other sometimes.
So we had asked you about like what works with you guys, and I think you just touched on one of the things that we realized early on as well is the yin and the yang. Like
Mhm.
you're not complete opposites. We're not complete opposites, but man,
You're not completely the same either.
We're definitely different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely
yeah.
different.
Right,
And
right.
it takes both of those pieces and parts, to make the machine move forward.
You
You know,
got the
it
yellow
really-
Lego.
it's
You
As
need
long as you
another
can blend
color.
them properly.
red.
Yeah, and that takes
Yeah.
time. That takes episode after episode after episode.
Yeah,
like-
no, for sure. But we definitely had some type of a chemistry right away. We didn't even we did a Friends show, another local podcast in town. They're no longer recording, but we were a guest on that show, 1K away, together as kind of. I was just kind of a friend of the show, and they had me on, and they had him on as a guest, a host from Funny to Informing. At the time, he was doing it by himself, and it was shout out to his girlfriend Sam. It was
What up,
her
Sam?
Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Sam,
Blah, blah, blah,
she's
blah.
not watching. Nothing
Sam,
against you
Sam,
guys. She just hates us.
Sam doesn't listen
Sam
to
doesn't-
anything I do.
Anything John does.
That's
She-
good.
But
Balance.
she still loves him.
You got
It's
the
weird.
balance.
It's the balance. I guess
Okay.
when they were leaving, John said they were talking about doing the show, and she mentioned, maybe you should have Chris on the show, and then see how it goes. And he had me in as a guest,
Nice.
and I was just a guest, and I talked about pizza, and
I mean,
and,
you're the Peisenberg.
and then he had a comedian on a couple weeks later, and I knew the comedian personally, and he was like, "Do you want to help me interview her?" And I was like, "Sure, yeah, I'm familiar with her. I know I can come up with some
Sure.
questions." And it worked out,
It
and I
vibed.
haven't stopped coming back since.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
man. And he
And
won't
then
stop. Restraining order
I-
after restraining
I
order.
swear.
Don't stop, don't
nothing
stop,
I
don't
do.
stop.
That's right.
That's Billy's
Nothing
thing.
I
That's
do
it, baby.
works.
Just keep
I'm
on
like,
going.
no means no. Hashtag me too. And he's like,
Nah.
nope.
Balance.
And I'm like, I don't know.
All
It's
about
a-
balance.
It's a tough stance to be in right now.
All about balance.
I give Coleman the task of like, I'm gonna get through the stories, or if we have an interview, I'm gonna do the questions. Don't worry about it, but try just either make me laugh or just try to spit out whatever you got that's
I love it.
funny.
He's like, hey, be funny and go.
do whatever.
Funny to informing. And I'm like, okay.
All right. No respect. No respect at all.
Just like like make me laugh, and we'll have the rest for the show, and I'm not
Yeah,
worried about it.
I kind of look at it like John's my audience too. Like I don't, if you guys are watching, you don't laugh, whatever. If I make John laugh, or if I make whatever the room laugh is that I'm in, then I'm like, cool, I won.
There's sometimes I do the same thing with him. Kind of, I'll gauge his reaction. Like I'll gauge the quality of what we're talking about, and
Yeah.
his reaction, or like a zinger or something that might fly over most people's heads,
Right.
but he might get it.
That's not fair though, because like we know a lot of inside jokes
Yeah.
and movie quotes. And
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do something like that, but it would be something that's off color or something that if people get it, they're going to be like, oh.
Yeah, no, I love those. The
And
little-
if
those are
I
good.
react like that,
some
I
of
know,
my
I got
favorite
it.
ones are when John is editing back. He'll text me and be like, "Oh, the thing you said about the
It's
the,
like I
men-
did
the
you-
little football on their table. Oh my god, that's so funny." And I'm like, "Dude, you just stammered right through." And
No
he's
idea.
like, "I know, he went right over my head
No idea.
because he's doing his thing." And then I'll make a little tag on a joke, and he doesn't get it, and I'm like, I thought that was fucking great. And then he's like, "Dude, that was so funny." And I'm like, "Oh man, it died in the room. I didn't know."
Man.
I'm glad it came across. And then
We have a
the best
a
is when
guy,
other
Calvin
people
Phillips,
are
man,
like,
who
"Hey,
does it.
this joke was really funny." And
Yes,
I'm like, "Oh,
that's what I was just about to say.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I really
Yep.
appreciate it. I know you're listening and that you heard it. And all right, I got to pay off on it.
We got to the end of one show, and as soon as the show was over, we were kind of wrapping up, and we were actually here, and we're kind of just relaxing and breaking things down.
Right.
So I come out, and Calvin Phillips, what up, CP? Great friend of ours, awesome friend of ours, been here since before the beginning. He was here.
I
and
love
he goes,
you.
He was like, right? He was like, bro, I don't know how people weren't dying when you said this, and I was like, oh, you heard that?
Yeah.
He goes, I don't think anybody else.
I didn't
got
even get it.
I think they were just.
I didn't
like,
even get
He
it.
goes, bro, you hit like a bunch tonight, and most people were just like. They just
Right.
didn't even hear it to get that
That's
there
a
was something
second time
to get.
thing. It's a second
Yeah,
time.
and Calvin
go-through
got
to
it, and
hear
I was like,
Right.
"Thank you
I
so
know.
much,
All right,
bro.
paid
Thank
off.
you
You
so
gotta
much."
slip it in.
Like,
You
that's
gotta-
awesome.
That's the clap at the end of a song.
Yeah, that
For-
to a degree,
for a
to a
joke,
degree.
right?
Sometimes,
That's-
yeah,
for a
of course,
comedian.
man.
Yeah.
You want to know that it landed, and if it didn't
Yeah.
land, it's not that it
Hey,
wasn't funny; it
somebody
just
got
didn't
it.
land.
Cool. It wasn't just me that found that funny.
Yeah, even if
Awesome.
one person gets it, that's great.
Right, it's a win.
That's great.
Worth it.
That's it. It's
Yeah.
a win.
Yeah.
So it's been, and there's been a lot of that stuff. And the Friday night shows we do for free. People ask us all the time. They're like, "How do you do this for free?" I don't understand.
Right.
And the thing is, it builds the interest, so other people can then
because-
reach out and say, "Hey,
because you guys buy pop sockets.
what up, Matthew DeFore? We saw your request, sir. We got one set aside for you, brother."
I was going to
at you,
say,
buddy.
is that a new merch item for you guys?
We've had this for a little bit now. We actually don't get to keep them in stock very very often, so we
Okay.
usually order them in sets and they go pretty quick.
Right.
It's funny because John and I have been talking about doing a little more merch
We were
lately,
looking into
and
that.
was one of the things I literally was like, I don't see any real podcasts or shows, local stuff
Sure.
on pop sockets. You see national stuff or whatever, and I love them. I mean, I don't know. I use pop sockets all the time. I
Sure.
don't care what's on it, but I would love to have one. I like to rep whatever. I'll probably pick up one of y'all's.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I was like, John, we should definitely get on that. Maybe we'll be the first, but I guess we'll the second. So
Well,
locally,
well, no, but
locally at least.
it's like something new too.
But it's
I
cool.
love
No,
those.
I
pop sockets
I
are-
love it.
I don't
guys
have
are
one yet.
You guys are the only local guys I know doing
Thanks,
it.
man.
so-
And that's
Awesome.
sometimes it's kind of similar because it's good to be the only guy doing it, but if you're the only guy doing it, not a lot of people know about it, so it's
Right.
hard to get it out there so people know that you're the only guy doing it.
True.
But the great thing is once they find out, then yes, you're the only guy doing it until everybody else finds out you're doing it, then
Right.
they're doing it too, and you're not the only guy doing
We
it.
just
My
your
brain
idea.
is
That's where you
taking
just
a
went.
poop with all that. The who's doing
Long
it, the
story
who,
short,
and where.
we're stealing his idea and we're doing it.
We're finding. We found out that you did it, so you're doing it. But
So
we're
now
going
we're
to start
doing it.
doing
No,
it
you're
because
doing
we
it.
found out that you do it.
Here
Okay.
you go. Yeah, you said it.
Holy
Is
crap.
that what you
You got
meant
it,
by?
man.
Is that what you meant by your brain taking a poop?
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
That was
pretty
it was
good, man.
frying.
But when do we
So
do
it's
it?
so
Okay, we'll
Right
discuss
now.
that
Now
later.
is when you do it.
Pull
No, no,
the
no.
fucking trigger.
right now
Yeah.
is when you do
It
it.
sounds like a
Good
vegan
self-help.
hot dog being made.
Oh. 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 So
man.
terrible.
So Wolfstock was awesome.
Cool.
And that brings us
Wolfstock.
to today, which is the wrap up. That's us going through the last 6 or 7 days of all the craziness that we had go on. And then what we normally do is we normally tease a little bit of this coming week. So tomorrow is prep for Wednesday, which is going to be the You Pick 2 show. Tomorrow at noon, we have another poll going up. 5 songs. Super excited
That
about
one's
that.
all originals.
That's the all original poll. So tomorrow's poll at 12 o'clock will go up and have all original Kitchen Killaz songs
For the
on it.
record, in December, we are going to be. We normally do Castle Door Studios
Yeah.
and the all original poll
Yeah.
on the same Wednesday,
Yeah.
on the last Wednesday of the
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
Zach and the doctor
Yeah.
are in Hawaii right now, so
Yeah.
we couldn't do that on.
Yeah.
Picking up more great recipes, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
Right.
Hawaiian.
Right.
Bring
Yeah.
good stuff home.
So those two didn't match up this month. Coming in December,
Mm-hmm.
when we were at Castle Door earlier
Yeah.
in the month, we're
Yeah.
going to do the all original poll on that same night.
On the night.
We're going
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
That's just for December.
Yeah.
Maybe even November.
So don't
I
forget,
like it.
guys.
Not even sure.
December.
In December.
In December, a thing. We're doing
December
a thing.
to remember. I
John's
already forgot.
head took a poop. That's pretty much what just happened right there.
Yeah.
His neck took
Yeah.
a poop.
So yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Get it? Because we're on video. They can see.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
face.
God.
It's my face. Okay.
I love
So it's a goodness gracious. So
Yeah.
tomorrow at noon we have the poll. We have the poll going up tomorrow at noon. That's right. And then Wednesday night we have
Is
the
that
You
what
Pick
time
Two
you wake
poll.
up?
We'll play easy. We'll play the top two or the songs with the top two most votes. The top two highest voted songs. Nope. The songs
I
with
like
the top
that.
two numbers.
Top two most votes.
Wait,
Top two numbers.
Most
top
votes.
two. Top
you
two
guys don't go to the
most-
electoral college to figure this out?
Most votes.
We're not electoral
No.
college
Hanging
fans.
chads.
I don't know
This
what
is
that
Florida.
means.
Yeah,
Old
Yeah.
joke.
that is.
Yeah,
If you get the hanging
boom.
chad, bro.
There's my
Yeah,
one. There's my
you.
one.
I got your hanging chad, my man.
It's
Not
a
all
website.
of them
I got
went.
your hanging chad right here too.
Ooh, burn.
Freaking
Gross.
losers.
Gross.
Fuck losers.
So we got
How'd
the
you
poll.
know I
we
named
got
it
the
Chad?
poll
Sorry.
easy. We got the John told me we got the poll tomorrow at noon. We got the You Big Two show on Wednesday, and then Thursday we're prepping for this Friday where it's Smokin' Jarhead Barbecue, which is awesome. Smokin' Jarhead, absolutely incredible. So if you guys are free this Friday and you want to join us as part of the team, join us for Smokin' Jarhead Barbecue. It's going to be awesome. Barbecue sauce. They make everything in house. They have a food truck. They do competitions and catering as
We
well.
gonna eat.
Where they
We're going to get
located?
some serious food. I think they're in Apopka.
Okay.
Apopka.
I believe they're
Awesome.
in Apopka.
That's local.
I totally.
They're close enough for you guys to join us.
Yeah, it's not that far away,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
which is really cool. This Saturday we get to hang out. We're going to the Barbecue Beat podcast, which is with Mr. Sandridge, which is awesome. We actually had him on our show a couple weeks ago. He sat down. He was the first person that we actually had as a
Kevin.
guest.
As a guest, that's
yeah,
cool.
Kevin Sandridge, who was awesome. We learned so much about competition barbecue. Like it was.
You guys are doing that this week, his show?
Yeah, this Saturday.
And
So
then
we're going on his
wow,
podcast.
so the day after you're at a barbecue joint in Apopka,
Yep,
you guys
yep.
are just going to smell
I'm
amazing
gonna-
all
I'm-
weekend.
I'm
I'm
gonna-
telling you.
yeah.
We should actually see if Kevin wants to join us on the Friday show for Smokin' Jarhead Barbecue, so
you
he
go.
can come in as Kevin Sandridge from Barbecue Beat Podcast.
I was gonna say, it's
then we can
appropriate.
talk about the
Merging
Friday
the
show
worlds.
on his show on Saturday.
Oh.
He's a barbecue judge.
Yeah,
Like
he's a
he's a
national
national-
master
What?
judge.
That's amazing.
Master
So let him
judge.
judge their barbecue.
He's a master competitive judge.
like he knows what
yeah,
he's
I
talking
hope
about.
that works out.
Oh man,
Cool.
that's going to be awesome. And then Sunday we're at Wine for Oysters. That's where we're rocking and rolling from 12:30 to 1:30. The event goes from 11 to 3. But by all means, they're celebrating their third anniversary. I think it is second or third anniversary. Huge shout out to Tatiana.
That's cool.
So we're going to be there this Sunday playing for about an hour, 12:30 to 1:30. We're going to do a full feature of their food as well. Whatever she wants to present,
do
whatever
you guys
they want to
like
do.
oysters?
Oh yeah, I love.
I've never had an oyster.
I love oysters.
I've had
I
a
love
cooked
oysters
oyster. I've
in
never
all
had a raw
forms.
oyster.
Yeah.
I've had like oyster stew or whatever.
Commodore was like, no,
Yeah,
no,
Commodore
no.
was a hard no.
I eat steamed oysters, but
Okay.
like on a cracker with cocktail sauce and extra horseradish,
Okay.
and then the oyster.
Okay.
So I don't.
It's
pop
very
oysters.
covered up. Yeah.
Yeah, and the raw.
Yeah,
thing,
see, I've never had a
that
raw
does,
one.
That doesn't
Man.
appeal to me whatsoever.
People
And
speak very
I don't
highly of them.
they're incredible.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
really
Yeah,
are.
they are.
If people can get past the idea of what's going on, and then
Right.
you can just appreciate it for what it is. The flavor is outstanding, and there's different oysters from all over the country, and they
Right.
all have a different flavor. They're different sizes. They're different. The shells are different. The flavors are different. And when I first had it, I had just the oyster by itself.
Okay.
Because I wanted to understand my zero.
Yeah.
What is my basis?
Right, you need a
So I was
baseline.
like, cool, let me put it on a cracker. So I put it on a cracker and had one. I was like, cool, let me add a little horseradish. Let me add a little cocktail sauce. Let me add a
Right.
little squeeze of lemon.
Right.
See what I can do. Now I'll go with the mad scientist and we'll murder a bucket and I'll clear a sleeve of saltine crackers. Just keep on giving them to me, baby.
Yeah.
We'll keep on rocking and rolling, man. So
That's what I hear.
We're gonna be there. Easy. We're gonna be there this Sunday, which I'm excited about. We got a lot of food lined up this week, which
How
is
do
really
you guys
great.
stay so thin? I jokingly
We move
made
a
fun
lot.
of
We're very
Commodore's
busy.
physique, but
We're very busy.
Yeah, you guys like it's
we're-
because he doesn't eat
We're blessed with.
vegan hot dogs or oysters.
We feature a lot of food. We don't eat a lot of food.
I when we eat out, like when I make food at home, it's always very healthy. Like I don't buy burgers. I don't buy like
Right.
I like
Well,
when
because
I,
you
like,
know,
I
as you
make-
go about to
I
these
make-
different
I
places,
make
you're going to be
salads,
eating all
like-
kind of
oh yeah
different crazy stuff. Some great,
yeah.
Some better
Yeah.
than others.
oh
right?
yeah oh
Yeah,
yeah and we're blessed with high metabolisms. We're very
That's true.
active. Like we can't sit still. Like I
Right.
can't even sit right
Right.
here for this whole time. Like without
Well, we'll wrap it up.
Oh,
man.
I'll throw
Commodore's done
something
here.
at you. Let's do that for a little bit.
metabolism too.
Yeah. Woo.
So it's as formalities, all the social media stuff. Let's give them, where can they find your podcast? When do you guys record? How often can they expect new episodes? And what's the best place to go? iHeartRadio. Because you stated all of these platforms, where would you recommend? Where can they find the most about Funny to Informing?
Well, and you can tell me if I'm missing anything, but Facebook or Instagram.com/funny2informing is where like you can see photos.
And is it the number 2 or is it TO?
TO.
Funny
Yeah.
to Informing. Funny
Yeah.
TO Informing.
Just like his hat. Look at his hat.
Oh yeah, like
We've
is
been
that
talking about doing some more merch.
Yeah,
we've actually got these. They're in our group.
There's a lot
links
that
in
we've
the
been
group.
working on, and
John's got a guest in his lap.
Yeah, a little dog is so cute.
Oh, hey, Luke.
He's not for adoption.
No,
No?
I'm looking at
Oh,
you,
man.
Tally.
Okay.
No.
Oh, I
He's
hope
not
they can see
available
him.
for stealing either.
Look at the little face. Oh, we've been working on merchandise and maybe a Patreon. We have it up so far, but nothing
Yeah, we
on
got
it.
the Patreon made. We're gonna make some tiers, and
Sure.
we've been doing a bunch of recording, and we've got a bunch more planned to.
Yeah,
Nice, dude.
And
To put some bonus
hopefully
content
some
on there.
merchandise and sponsorships. But the Facebook and Instagram page are definitely first, and then funny2informing@gmail.com if you want to send us an email.
Nice.
And
how does somebody become a guest on that? Is that the best way to use it? Use the Gmail?
Yeah, email us for
Yeah,
sure.
just email. Funny to
Fu-
informing at gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Yeah.
If you want to be a
Weekly
guest on
shows.
Funny to Informing.
Yeah, absolutely. We
That's awesome.
love talking to local talent. That's how we ran into these guys.
Local.
That's how we learned about Jay Bauer and have talked to him several times. We've had him on.
Josh.
He painted live on the show.
That's
Since
awesome.
we started our live
Sure.
video aspect.
Yeah, to tell
we've
them
been
where we
kinda
do the live
thinking-
shows.
Yeah, we've been thinking more to like expand it from more of just an audible thing
Sure.
to a visual thing. So I was like, who better than to bring Jay Bauer in?
Yeah, Josh
He
would kill it,
painted
man.
live
Yeah.
because I've seen him do it with you guys in
Sure.
the background before. He
I think
killed
the first
it.
time we did it is actually the 31st, coming up in a couple days.
I
was
think
the
that's
first
what he
time.
said. It was he was
Yeah, it was
coming
the
up
first
on
time we ever had
on
him.
a year.
Yeah, because we had talked to him about it. He was looking to get back into the vein of creativity, and I was like, "Cool, man, join us on the show. We can do some live painting." He's like, "How long are your shows?"
Right.
I said, "Well, the Wednesday shows are usually 30, 40 minutes." He's like, "There's no way I can do that." I said, "Well, how about this? We'll give you an hour."
Hell yeah.
He's like, "Bro,
Yeah.
there's no
Do
way
what you can.
No way I can do that." I'm
Right.
like, "Bro, I disagree. I bet
right,
you can."
Right. That's
For
what he said. You
42
pushed
minutes.
him. He was like,
Yep.
Billy pushed me to do it.
Oh, yeah.
42
Yeah.
minutes.
The
he
very
knocked it
first
out.
time.
I love
Yeah.
it.
And
I
then,
love it.
And he did it.
So yeah, well,
And
and
he
he
did it, which
did
is so
it.
awesome.
We had exactly an hour because we go live on Twitch.
Nice.
At it's twitch.tv/amplified network. That is the
Nice.
network we
When
run
when,
through.
when does that happen?
That's
When do you do
every
that?
Thursday live at 7 p.m.
Nice. Heck yeah. That's awesome.
So
Hell
yeah, not 7:05, but 7. But it's on a day off from you guys, so they can
It
watch
is.
your
Yeah, it's a
Wednesday show
different day.
at 7:05.
I love it.
Watch us on Thursday
Bring the crew
at
in.
7, and then watch you guys at 9:05 on Friday.
That's what I'm talking about,
But
baby.
yeah,
Oh,
twitch.tv/amplified network. You can follow Amplified Network through social media channels as well. Again, that's just the network we host
Sure.
through. And our show goes up, so it's live every Thursday. It goes up in podcast form on Stitcher, Himalaya, iHeartRadio,
Oh, we're hitting those again.
iTunes, all the ones of
Google
mentioned
Podcasts.
every Friday. So weekly
Nice.
on Fridays you get the show, and then if you want to watch it live and participate in the comments, Thursdays at 7 p.m.
Thursdays at 7 p.m.
And with this dog
That's
on my
awesome.
lap, I feel like I should be coming up with an evil plan,
Like a villain.
to
You're-
overflow
you're
the.
petting
or
him.
to
You're
over-
petting him like an evil person.
Yeah. We're hijacking the kitchen
You're
killers.
petting him like it was a bald cat.
That's and we just recently got on TikTok and LinkedIn. So
that's cool.
I think we're on Facebook, Twitter. We've got everything written down just to make sure we don't miss anything. Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. We also started the Kitchen Chronicles, where we go back and we create seasons of going chronologically through all the kitchens we've crashed. So we
Oh,
talk
I like
about
that.
That's cool.
the
That's
meal
cool.
and
I like
the
the
music
history.
and where we went. And sometimes we're fortunate enough where we can match up the schedules with the host, so we can have the host join us as well.
Oh, for the recap.
So yeah,
That's
exactly,
cool.
for the recap. So we have season 1 up on YouTube right now. We're in the process, as we have time, to recording season 2. We never really know
Yeah.
how many episodes are going to be on there, but right when we feel like that's a solid season, we're like, cool, there's a good one right
There's a
there.
season.
Yeah, then that's
we'll
perfect.
get that up. So, and it's another thing. LinkedIn is really great. Dropkick Radio. We met Dave and Nick from Dropkick, and they're absolutely fantastic. And they were picked up by Sirius, and Sirius found them through LinkedIn. So we were like, okay, LinkedIn is the next
an
one we have to
outlet,
open. So
right?
it was like, cool, let's get KitchenKillaz LinkedIn up and running. And Jen Hogan and Shelly have been working really hard to keep all those aspects going.
Jen and Shelly.
Yeah, oh yeah, killing it, man. Absolutely. Patreon is on the way as well.
Yeah.
We've created multiple tiers. We have one more that we have to describe, and then we're putting together a launch campaign. We've been talking to a couple different podcasts, so we can get the word
That's
out
cool.
there a little bit more.
Maybe we should compare notes after the show.
Yeah,
for sure.
when we were talking to
we
Jen
wanna
about,
help
was
you.
talking to you guys about
we want
it.
to steal your ideas. I mean,
No, that's fine.
talk
No,
about
man, we're
things.
on the same path.
Yeah,
like
we're on the
pop
same
sockets.
team.
Yeah.
But it's so that's another thing that we're just trying to get out there. We're trying to utilize social media as much as possible and stay on the cusp of it.
Right.
Just try to stay on what's trending right now. Like right now,
It's a free outlet,
TikTok's
man.
popping.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I don't
TikTok
necessarily
is a big
understand
thing.
it, and I think that's the thing is
I
that
don't
it's
either. I thought it
not
was for
there to be
kids,
understood.
But I see, I thought it was for children.
Yeah,
But
I
I've
see
been
some
seeing a bunch
I
of
see
people
some
doing
crazy
it
stuff
lately.
where I see
Remember-
it and I'm like, this is a waste of my life. And then the next one is just incredible.
Really?
And I'm
Really?
like,
Okay.
oh my god,
you remember,
that is amazing.
Facebook was once for kids. Instagram
guess
was
you're
once
right.
for
College
kids.
students.
Yeah, we take it
Now,
all, us old folks.
It's
Now
Give
my
me
grandma
that.
has it.
It's
I'm like, get off there, grandma.
happening
Give
Yeah.
me that so I put it on my technology device and
Put
then
it
show
on
me
my-
how to use said technology device because I don't get it.
How do I unlock this? That's okay. One day we're going to be those people.
I'm
We're going to be
very
like, listen,
close right
how do
now.
I turn on the VR list so I can see the channels on my 147 social media
How do I
websites?
turn on my hologram eyes?
How do I do that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to watch it in the shower.
I just want to write a letter with
Who
a
doesn't want to
pencil.
watch it in the shower? Shut up. Everybody knows they want to. There's something every now and then you're in the shower and you're like, it'd be really cool to watch an episode of Dragon Ball Z right now. Like,
I think
that
that's
would
the only.
just be awesome.
That's the only thing stopping like the ultimate shower.
Take out
experience.
Dragon Ball Z, put in whatever you want to put in there. But I guarantee you, maybe if you're in the shower and you're like, you know what, maybe watch an episode of House. I'm in here, just want to learn about the medical procedures. Want to learn about the hospitals. This is not real. Don't take anything they really
Billy.
do. It's just a television show.
Everybody knows if you want to
Billy.
learn about that, you watch Grey's Anatomy.
You have
How
music.
long
You have
are
music.
your
and-
showers?
Listen,
well, how long is an episode of Dragon Ball Z?
showers about 22
my
minutes.
God.
There you go.
Showers are
Boom.
phenomenal. They're very relaxing. I recommend that you don't just jump into the shower and get out. Enjoy the environment. Enjoy it. It's very peaceful. Like go in there and just take some time. Enjoy. Oh yeah,
7 minutes.
that's up to you, man. That's
7
okay.
minutes in heaven, they call
I'll let
it.
you
That's too
enjoy it.
fast.
Right?
7 is too fast.
Enjoy it, bro. Relax.
Yeah,
let your
yeah.
body relax. Let it rejuvenate, man. 100%.
On the right day, I'll sit down right in the tub and just
I
let
love
the
you.
water hit me in the face. I'm just
There it is
like,
again, right
wow,
in the face
we are
again.
learning way more than I anticipated to learn about John Hannan today.
Am I opening up too much?
Oh no,
fine.
never.
No.
Gross.
I'm
No,
just gonna
never.
keep petting the dog. Keep petting the dog.
That's fine. At least one mammal in this room doesn't judge you,
One.
only because it doesn't speak English.
Oh my.
we
goodness.
both lick ourselves. So
It's so normally what we do at toward the end of a Monday wrap up is we play one song. So we've given you guys
Are we
now.
playing a song?
I don't know how long,
Uh-oh.
but
Okay.
quite some time. We wanted to know what original you guys wanted
I'm
to
thinking. I was thinking either Powered Up or You Are
Okay.
My Everything.
Okay.
What do you want? What do you think?
I was thinking You Are My Everything too, because
You Are
I was
My
thinking
Everything?
about not John Hannan.
hear.
No, but yeah, no.
Oh,
Yeah, I was. That's the
burn.
one. That's the
Okay.
first one that came to mind. That's
Yeah.
the
Okay.
first song I ever heard you guys play live at
Really?
That's it.
United We Brunch.
All
That's
right.
it.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking it.
Okay.
It makes sense.
That's
Let's
what
rock
we're
and roll.
playing.
So
You Are
give,
My
give,
Everything.
give us a second, or do you need a tune? What do you need to do? All right. So
Oh yeah.
So
Bomb.
so while the Commodore is gone, let's talk about him because he can't hear us since he doesn't have his headphones on. How funny is
Awesome.
that?
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man, he has
Screw
no
that
idea
guy.
what we're saying.
Steal all his
This is our
ideas.
safe space.
No, that's awesome. So it's a so thank you guys so much for being here, man.
Thanks for the
Thank
invite.
you.
This
We
is
know
a
you
blast.
guys
We're
have a
honored
busy
every
schedule.
time
We know
we
you
get
guys are
invited,
busy, man. So
Even
it's
to
really
just sit
awesome.
in background, like that's we're.
It's been a good time. Yeah,
I wish I
you've
could
been
come
with us
more
for a couple
often.
shows as
yeah,
well.
I'm usually working on Fridays, so that's
Yeah.
why we're
No,
not here.
How
more often.
how was the Great Peisenberg?
That's doing very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice, my man. That's
yeah,
awesome.
Still
Staying busy?
available. Oh yeah, between that and the podcast game, I stay extremely busy.
That's
you know. You
oh,
understand.
bro. And I got to tell, like when we
That's the only way to be. If you want
I
to
had
grow
never
it.
made a pizza before.
Okay.
I've seen pizzas
You did a
made.
good job.
I've made little pizzas, but I've never
Didn't you-
actually make
didn't
a
you-
pizza.
Yeah, what really impressed me was I showed you, and I told you the
The-
hardest part was getting it from the board
Sure.
into the oven.
Yeah,
That's
that's
one
right.
of the
that's
trickiest
right.
parts, and
Oh,
you did
yeah,
that.
like
The
whipping
snap.
it
First
out.
time.
The snap.
Yeah.
Man,
And-
that was awesome.
And it's remained brown.
It was incredible to watch you make a pizza. Like I don't even think you think about it anymore.
I don't.
But it was
I
so
really don't.
graceful. The finesse
it's
was
just muscle
absolutely
memory.
outstanding. It was just like zoom, 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 done, done, done. You put it down and you did the little circular thing with your hands and you got the crust out. and I was like, dude, this guy's moving at Mach 3. Like this is incredible, dude.
Man, I just went in the other day. Actually, this past week, I went in a couple hours early because we had 20 that needed to be out. So I had to go in and make 20. That was nothing. And
Just
then
bust out 20 pizzas.
earlier
no problem.
in the week, what did we have? I think we had a was it 70? We had 70 pizzas we had to make, 35 cheese and 35 pepperoni.
Wow.
And the ovens hold 6 at a time, and we have 2 ovens. It was
Wow.
dude,
Oh
that was
my God.
So, I mean, when you get through something like that, absolutely,
Rockin'
that's the
and
only
rollin',
way
bro.
to do that is
Rockin'
to
and
just do it
rollin'.
with muscle memory and not think about it.
That's all you can do, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially when
in
it's
his
that
head,
many.
he's thinking about his next tattoo.
No,
but he's
no.
doing it-
For you,
he's
honestly
doing
want
all
to know
this
for
pizza
real. In my
perfectly.
head, I'm thinking about podcasting and
Sure.
growing.
Sure.
Because that's where my passion is.
Especially,
I love
especially
making
when you're
pizzas.
on that jive, you don't even have to think about making the pizzas.
Right,
you can
no.
settle down. You can allow your logical
let my mind wander.
Yep, you can allow your logical mind to build the pizza,
Yeah.
and then your creative mind is like just building a dream.
Yeah, yeah.
And you want to stay active, you know.
Oh.
You don't want to just be
Oh,
stagnant.
100%.
A
No way,
plateauing
man.
is not fun.
No way at all. And it's awesome to have something that you can watch grow and you can build yourself. To have a project, something that you're
Right.
like investing time in, and with your love and with your focus and with your attention, you're literally watching
Yeah.
this thing come to fruition
Yeah.
and grow and get bigger than I think some people not necessarily plan for, but in ways that they didn't plan for it to evolve.
Right.
You know, like on a Monday night, I didn't ever think we would do this. I mean, I'm totally
No,
down.
exactly.
I'm excited. It's awesome.
I was excited when first time I sat down and saw a Monday Night Wrap Up, and I was like, "Hey, John, did you see they were like at a table with mics and headphones?" And I think I came into the chat and I made like some stupid joke about you guys are stealing my podcast.
Yeah.
right?
I think what's super
We already
Yeah.
do that, guys. Can
Yeah,
you back
he's like,
off?
stop
We're-
taking
he's
it.
So I
like,
was
now
like,
we're
you know
taking
how I'll
your
get 'em?
pop sockets.
I'm taking your pop sockets.
yeah.
You know what I think is really awesome is that however long we've been doing this, like there's never a Monday or a Wednesday or a Friday where I'm like, I don't want to do this tonight.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
That's,
Never
that's
even
my
occurs
Thursday.
to me,
It's
like, this is what we
Thursdays
do.
are my day to
It's
record,
fun.
and it's like I got to be on, so to speak, at least for that
Yeah.
amount of time, and it gives me something to look forward to.
Yeah, and I think
work
that's important
towards.
too, just to have something to look forward to. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be just something.
It can be that simple. Absolutely.
Yeah, like I like coffee in the morning, and I like the kind of coffee that they have where I work. And on the way
Okay.
to work, I'm always like, dude, I'm super stoked to get there and just have that cup of coffee.
That's cool. It's good to
Like-
have something at that job.
Yeah, and it's
You know what
nothing
I mean?
crazy. It's not huge.
Right,
It's not a
right.
gargantuan experience. It's just like really nice to be able to be like, cool, man, coffee's going to be really good this morning. It just set me right.
That's
I
cool.
used to feel that way about Mountain Dew. I had a problem. It was true.
I'm
Yeah,
glad you got away from
we're
that. That's a
super
terrible
big-
problem. To
Yeah,
be a
it was
part of.
really tough, man. At the end of my tenure at the job that I had amassed a castle of Mountain Dew cans filled with little tiny figurines that I had received in my Happy Meal toys.
Wow.
And I realized
Okay.
I have a terrible diet.
Yeah,
And
that-
this is like early
Look,
2000s.
and here it is, right.
It was early
Back in the
2000s.
corner.
So I was just out of college. I could eat a tin can and
Right.
I would be fine. It's no problem. Like
Absolutely.
I had a castle of Mountain Dew cans and all these little Happy Meal toys that lived in the castle. And then when I left that job, one of the guys who let me go, he's a dick. He packed everything up and
Screw
just
that
brought
guy.
me this huge box of nothing but Mountain Dew
He
cans and
packed all
Happy
your
Meal
stuff. He's
toys.
like, here's
Yep.
your garbage you saved.
Here's your castle. I was like,
it was
I was
only
like, you know
when
what?
you realized you could make a Voltron out of those cans that you knew you had a problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, Voltron.
yeah.
Stand by. Oh, yeah. All set. Let me plug in first, and then we'll swap that out. So you guys are going to get to hear a little pop in your ears, I hope. But we can kill the volume, so we're going to
Brace
do that in
yourself.
just a moment, and then we're going to say very inappropriate things that you're not going to hear anyway.
Snap.
Oh, mother.
Phone, phone.
Good.
Yep.
Good timing.
Yep.
Well
So
done.
I think 2 and 3. Actually, no, 2 and 4. So I think your vocals are on 3, Doctor. And then I'm gold, you're silver. Yep. Bingo bongo. Oh yeah. Good. Love it. Beautiful. Oh yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
All right.
For you are my everything.
All right, baby, what's going on? Yeah, so the volumes on the guitars we had to change a little bit because we swapped the guitars for the microphone. So, yeah. I think how's that sound? Does that sound okay? Can you put? Oh yeah. He's like, yeah, it sounds great.
Turn
Through
it
the
up.
cans, hey Chris from Funny
Turn it
Tune for
Down a
me.
little bit more. Down a little bit more. Down a little bit more. almost there.
Oh yeah, I don't play with a pick for songs like this. I just play with my fingers. It's much softer. You can do whatever you want, but you just have to drop your volume if you're playing with a pick. I play with that. Nice and easy. Yeah, however you want to do it.
I mean, I play it with a pick.
I'm just saying for this instance, because it's so loud and because it picks up the sound, and playing with a pick is going to be much louder than playing with your fingers. So
Yeah, but it's completely different.
I don't disagree with you at all. I'm just saying your volume needs to also be different. You know what I mean? Because it's just creating more force.
And now,
Don't be so picky.
You can be fingery. You tell me I'm amazing with all the things I do. Coursing like a force of nature, tearing off the roof. I take their umbrellas and turn them upside down. People seem to love themselves whenever I'm around. You say I'm overwhelming with all the things I say. All the words I write for you and the music that I play. Will you give me my voice? It's you I sing about. You give me the faith I need and the strength to sing aloud. So if you still love me, you've got to let me know. But if you don't love me, girl, you've got to let me go. 'Cause I can't keep waiting for you anymore than I can keep from touching you. When you're so close to me, I forget all my desires. I am filled with such a fire, and you are my everything. You notice my good deeds, I see them through your eyes. Show me how I've touched their lives so I didn't realize. Now you show me this, it's time that you must go. The best things are made to last, and you and I both know the timing's wrong. We don't need to wonder why. There's one thing left to do, and that's smile and say goodbye. 'Cause I can't keep waiting for you anymore than I can keep from touching you. When you're so close to me, I forget all my desires. I am filled with such a fire, and you are my everything. You are the sun, you're my moon, you're my light on my darkest nights. Yes, you are. You take away the pain so nice, make everything feel just right. 'Cause you are, yes you are. If you still love me, you've got to let me know. But if you don't love me, girl, please let me go. 'Cause I can't keep waiting for you anymore than I can keep from touching you. When you're so close to me, I forget all my desires. I am filled with such a fire, and you are my everything. I'll be waiting for you evermore than I can keep from touching you. When you're so close to me, I forget all my desires. I am filled with such a fire. Yes, you are my everything. Yes.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Sweet baby. Well, thank you guys so much for being here, man. A huge shout out to all of you guys. We, if you want to plug your microphones in, you're more than welcome to. But this was part of the plan the whole time. At the end, shut all of their microphones off. Yeah, so plug that in. Oh yeah, push it, John. Push it.
God, he's our producer.
Boom. Now pull the gold one out.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Wait for the pop. Oh, perfect.
Ooh.
Now you're in, baby.
Ooh.
No pop.
Now you're in. I like it.
No
We're
pop.
popless. We're popless tonight.
No
And it's funny
pop.
how the shoe has now fallen on the other foot, and Chris is the one with zeroed volume.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? I don't even have to plug him in if I don't want to.
You're done. You're done. You've done everything you need to do.
Oh, man. Almost. Yep, you got it. Oh, boom. Pull the silver, dog.
Nice.
Oh, na.
All right. Yeah, he's lucky I got him back.
Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's great.
I'm
It's
back.
great.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can-
I thought it was zeroed.
Sorry.
Zeroed. So thank you guys so much for being here, man. This was super awesome. Thank you
Thanks
so much
for-
for joining us. Again, this is the first time we've had this many people around the table, and I'm so happy that it got to be you guys. That was a lot of
Evolution!
fun.
Yeah, it was,
That was a
oh
lot
my
of
God,
fun, man.
It was such an honor
Yeah,
to be the
huge shout out
first.
to Jen Hogan for keeping us in touch, for you guys for
Yeah.
just consistently
She put
being
this
on
together.
top of it, guys.
Absolutely.
Like, and we've always kind of said, like, I mean, I think you agree with me on this. I'm like, I'm more than willing to help people that'll help themselves. The harder you work for you, the harder I'm going to work to push
More
what you're
willing
doing.
I am to help you.
Right?
Right.
You
And
know,
if,
like-
if I know how to help someone, I want to use my whatever information I've acquired to help them.
Right.
And if they don't receive it, if they're not interested, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
absolutely.
waste
Whatever.
of your time and their own time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, and that I think we can all have those people in our lives that have come to us for help. We give them advice. They don't take the advice, and 2 weeks later, a month later, 6 months later, a year later, they're in the exact same problem, and they come back to you again for help with the exact
Right.
same problem that they still haven't done anything about at all.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
And
when you
a
give
lot
them
of
like you put your hand on their forehead and you give them like that.
the could have had a V8. You dumb.
Yeah.
You do the Heisman.
Yeah.
You
the
stiff arm.
Piesman.
Oh, that's when you do it with sauce on your hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross.
Oh. Dough and
Pizza sauce, guys. You're sick. It didn't come from Mayor
Oh,
Nelson.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We most certainly appreciate it.
Callback.
By all means, check out Funny to Informing
you.
Twitch every Thursday at 7 p.m.
That's it.
They have new content going up all the time. If you want to find out more about them, if you want to be a part of their show, find them on email, funnytoinforming@gmail.com.
That's it.
That's right, baby. Facebook and Instagram, you guys are killing it on those platitudes, if you will. I'm
you.
excited.
We're trying
Yeah.
to keep up with that.
Keep it up, man. And again, check them out. Even if you can't be, or if you don't want to be, or if you're not able to be on their show right now, listen to their show. Go and check it out. They've interviewed some amazing people, some awesome creators, some comedians, some wrestlers, some crazy musicians that just don't know when to stop. And then they have them on their show, Inception.
Guys that play music in kitchens.
Yeah.
Next month, guys, that reminds me. Next month, we're talking to two chicks who play harmonicas in bathrooms. So tune in for that one.
We need
Yeah.
to team up with them.
Cool. We'll put you in touch.
I'm down for that. If you want two guys in your kitchen at the same time, hit us up, baby.
Bathroom
My name-
bombers.
Oh, gross. My name is Billy Floyd, and that is...
I'm the Commodore.
That's right, baby. We're the KitchenKillaz from Orlando, Florida, with Funny to Informing. Thank you guys so much again.
you.
You
Thank
guys
you.
got it. High five. High five, pies. Baby.
Thanks for having me.
I
I
love it.
can't
High
reach you.
five. I'll transition your high five to
yeah.
him,
Look at
and then
that.
that goes
Thank
to
you
you.
for
the medium.
That's
He's
your
the
high five.
medium.
Does
Thank
everybody
you for
high
the
five
Bud
each
Light.
other?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. Huge shout out to my good man, Trent Hogg. Trent and I have been very, very good friends since 1997. He is here with me as well, has an amazing podcast that you guys can keep up with. We are hopefully not only going to have him on our show as a guest, but we hope to join him on his show as a guest as well. Shout out to Shelly Wheeler and the entire KitchenKillaz team. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. I'm going to give it to Shelly to awkwardly touch you in your Facebook button. Oh,
yeah. Hey,
Guess
guys,
where I keep my Facebook button?
Thanks for helping us wrap it up, guys.
Hashtag me too.
Porn search
oh,
that.
Oh, my goodness gracious. So hit
We're
hit
going
the
down.
one in the middle where
Gotta
it
hit the
says
button.
okay.
Go
Yep, hit that
going
one and then hit that one
down.
right
Hit the
there.
button.